Oh, what's happening? Oh, what's happening, man? Rogue Nation in the building. Gauss Merlot, man. Yeah, I know. I did. I set the show for the wrong time, man. That's all right, man. Everybody should have alerts on their phone, man. That's why you turn on. That's why you subscribe to the channel and press the alert for to get the alert for all, man. That's why you subscribe to the channel and then select all. You can be notified whenever I go live, man. So you'll be notified, man. Don't you want to be notified when I go live? I'm live, man. All right, so that's live. We gotta get rid of that. Um, um, yeah, you gotta shout out to Bill Allen, man. Shout out to Bill Allen, man. Uh, uh, shout out to everybody out there, man. Salute, man.
Tonight, we have breaking news as we come on the air. This new warning, the winds now coming again tonight. They're warning of a particularly dangerous situation. Winds up to 75 miles an hour again this evening in California. We're also learning tonight of two passenger jets. Authorities say just seconds from a mid-air collision, what we know so far. First tonight, this new warning just in this evening, the wildfire emergency in the Los Angeles area. New dangerous Santa Ana winds about to return tonight, gusting up to 75 miles per hour. Where the fires are still burning at this hour and where this could be a major concern. The death toll rising in tonight, the major new clue on the potential cause of one of these fires. Our team standing by across the fire zone and Ginger Z standing by with the forecast. The winds coming tonight and right through Wednesday. Also tonight, this dangerous and brutal cold across much of the country tonight. Wind chills below 0 to single digits from the Dakotas to the Midwest, then moving right into the Northeast. Tonight, that terrifying mid-air close call, two passenger jets, a Delta flight and a United flight. It was the computers in the cockpits that suddenly warned them they were seconds from colliding. The American hostages in Gaza. Is there now a deal soon coming? And how many Americans are still believed to be alive? What we're learning tonight. Breaking news from the Justice Department just moments ago. Special Counsel David Weiss releasing his final report on Hunter Biden with harsh words for President Biden. It comes just hours before the expected release of Jack Smith's report on Donald Trump. Tonight, the arrest involving WNBA star Caitlin Clark, an alleged stalker, arrested after traveling from Texas to Indiana. The player telling police she feared for her life. The concern tonight over respiratory illness across this country, the new warning from the CDC this evening, what they're now seeing in at least 35 states. Tonight, the major news involving Bob Dylan.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me.
The Dylan treasures up for grabs. Tonight here, we remember a beloved actress who played her role for nearly 50 years.
Damn, that's a lot of shit, man. Golly, man.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. We are back from California, and it is difficult to put into words the scope of what we saw. And tonight, now this new warning coming in. Our team remains fanned out across the fire zone. Authorities now warning of very dangerous Santa Ana winds yet again tonight. The National Weather Service calling this a particularly dangerous situation, calling for winds up to 75 miles per hour again this evening, right through Wednesday. More than 12 million people right now under red flag warnings as we come on this evening, where they're most concerned with these winds soon coming. Firefighters battling the flames from the air, but soon those winds could be too strong for aircraft to take to the skies. The National Guard joining the fight. Video from inside the cockpit of a firefighting C-130 dropping retardant on the Palisades fire. The toll is already staggering. Look at these images. More than 12,000 homes and structures destroyed. At least 24 people dead. Now the search for the missing. And tonight, investigators on the scene of the Palisades fire looking for answers. Just now emerging the early minutes of the Eden fire, captured in video, a couple running out of their home after seeing flames under a utility tower, the flames quickly spreading across Altadena. And tonight, what could be a potential major clue as to how one of these fires started. Ginger Z is standing by to time out these winds tonight, how long this lasts, again, where they're most concerned. And our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, in California, leading us off on the fight against the fires still underway right now, with these new winds now coming.
Tonight, Southern California again facing howling winds and extreme fire danger. The National Weather Service designating tonight's wind event as a particularly dangerous situation, just a week after the most destructive fires in Southern California history left 24 people dead, more than 12,000 structures believed damaged or destroyed, and firefighters exhausted. And tonight, families on edge.
They said 70-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be very difficult to contain that fire.
Firefighters taking advantage of a break in those powerful winds that grounded crucial firefighting aircraft, making an all-out aerial assault on the Palisades fire over the past 48 hours. Massive air tankers dumping that pink Phos-Chek. Choppers swooping into canyons for precision drops over the fire lines. Reinforcements pouring in for both Mexico and Canada.
We are not in the clear as of yet, and we must not let our guard down.
At the Eden fire, firefighters going through neighborhoods, mopping up hot spots, and search and rescue teams comb through the ashes.
And now the grueling task of digging through the debris for human remains. And firefighters from around the country are here. They have to clear every single one of these.
Why you try to stand like that, man? You don't want us to see the clothespins you got in the back. Don't no fireman jacket fit like that, man. Turn around so we can see your clothespins, man.
Structures before they can allow people to move back in here.
Authorities aware of the mounting frustration here.
People are saying, I just want to go look at my house and I want to see what's left. We know that, but we have people literally looking for the remains of your neighbors. Please be patient with us.
And as communities brace for this next wind event tonight, possible clues as to how the Eden fire started.
Hey, babe, I need you to come out here right now.
Jeffrey and Cheryl Koo capturing doorbell and cell phone video as they raced to evacuate their home in Altadena after they saw this fire near their home at around 6:19 p.m.
See, this This is how America should work right here, man. Hey, babe, I need you to come see something. Okay, and then his ass grabbed the hose. The way they think the world works, they think she supposed to have the hose.
Eaton fire started.
Hey, babe, I need you to come out here right now.
Jeffrey and Cheryl Koo capturing doorbell and cell phone video as they raced to evacuate their home in Altadena after they saw this fire near their home at around 6:19 p.m. Tuesday.
It was a nightmare. And I think the worst part was every time I checked on the fire, it got worse.
The Coos neighbors, Pedro Rojas and Jennifer Errico, also sending us their pictures and video, all showing what appears to be the same fire at the base of this electrical transmission tower. We tried to get a closer look.
Eaton Canyon is below me, and right there is that transmission tower.
Dude, if you fall while you on fucking TV, man, that's going to be one for the ages, man.
Or the Coos say they saw the fire burning initially. It may be one of several, or the first place where the fire started, but that's the tower, at least in the video. And so far, ABC News has learned at least 4 homeowners and renters who lost their homes in the Eaton fire have filed lawsuits against Southern California Edison, alleging the company failed to de-energize equipment despite those wind warnings. Today, the head of SoCal Edison's parent company telling GMA they've seen no indication their equipment started the fire, but they're aware of the videos and investigating.
As soon as we can get close to it, we'll inspect and we'll be transparent with the public.
SoCal Edison, David, also telling us that they are aware of those lawsuits. Now, the National Weather Service issuing its highest level of alert. And because these winds are coming in the middle of the night towards the early morning, they are concerned that they might catch people in bed sleeping. So they are pleading with folks here not to turn off those emergency alerts on their phones. They say lives could be at stake. David?
Yeah, the most dangerous time for those winds to come right in the evening hours after people go to bed. Matt, thank you. Tonight, of course, the overwhelming need as well and questions over insurance.
Mm. Mm.
Friends remembering tonight a 14-year-old boy who was stabbed to death in a vicious, unprovoked attack on his way to school. The suspect, who police say does have a criminal history, pleaded not guilty. Lisa Rosner reports now from the Williamsburg section of the Bronx.
Stop the violence! We love Caleb! We want to grow up!
Students of the Bronx Youth Empowerment Program are calling for justice for alum 14-year-old Caleb Rios.
It's unacceptable for people to be killed. Kids being killed by crazy on the street. No more can we tolerate this. And if you're an elected official, shame on you for not standing up and doing something different.
Monday, they released 14 balloons in Rios' favorite color, light blue, outside the Richard R. Green Middle School on Barnes Avenue that he previously attended.
He always walked with a smile on his face, no matter what he was going through.
Rios is remembered as a great student and football player at the Bronx Leadership Academy. The Bronx DA says Rios was on East 138th Street when 29-year-old Waldo Mejia stabbed him in the heart. She said he called his father, who heard him dying.
He was always close to his family. He was really a family person.
The Bronx DA says Mejia is responsible for a similar attack days earlier, randomly stabbing a man inside the subway station on the same corner where Rios was murdered. This past November, Mejia was arrested and released for harassment of his neighbor caught on Ring video. Minutes later, he comes back with a knife. The neighbor from November told us by phone 3 days after that arrest, Mejia was back home.
Sometimes I don't sleep thinking about that thing.
That was Lisa Rosner reporting for us. Mejia does have a string of cases dating back to 2015, where he pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct and reckless endangerment. For now, he is jailed without bail and is due back in court Thursday. And good evening to you. I'm Christine Johnson. We begin here at 6 today.
Wow. Wow. Everybody hit the like button, man.
Fourteen-year-old Deandra Staples was killed over the weekend less than a mile from her home on the south side. Indianapolis police continue to work to arrest whomever killed her. And today her family spoke with WRTV's Adam Shooms. He has their message for other parents tonight.
She was a happy, smiling, loving kid. She definitely did not deserve what was happening to her.
For as long as they can remember, 14-year-old Deandra Staples was just like any other teenager.
She loved to dance. She loved to laugh. She loved people.
Her family says she was one of the top steppers on the G3 Steppers community step team.
She was the star. She was the one that brightened up people's lives.
Police say her life was cut short on Saturday. Detectives say they found her body at the Laurelwood Apartments on Indy's South Side.
Someone has to be awfully cruel and evil.
Wow. Wow.
To kill my baby and leave her in the snow.
Officers say she was shot and her body found in this snowy courtyard.
I'm the one that had to walk up and view her body.
Jeez. Man, how many likes we got, man? Make sure you support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Also, make sure you hit the like button, man. Sponsor the show, guys. Shout out to my man, Leville. Shout out to my man, Leville. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Coming through, man. This brother, man, goddamn, this brother. Think about this, man. A dead body of a 14-year-old girl lying in the snow in the middle of an apartment complex, and everybody's scared to say something because nobody won't be called a snitch. Which ties into our story earlier. That's why you got to start killing these niggas. Government-sanctioned killing of these niggas. Because if they got so much power, that everybody's scared to call the police when they see a dead body of a 14-year-old girl lying in the middle of the courtyard, and everybody just walk around her like they ain't see her because don't nobody want to be called a snitch. These young boys in these neighborhoods got too much fucking power. Press 1.
It has to be awfully cruel and evil to kill my baby and leave her in the snow.
Officers say she was shot and her body found in this snowy courtyard.
I'm the one that had to walk up and view her body to make sure this was my niece because my mother and my sister didn't have it with them to see that.
How could you be that cruel and evil to shoot this baby in her head and leave her in the snow? What could she have done so wrong that made you hate her so much?
Now, as her family tries to cope with the loss, they want to send this message to other families.
Listen to your parents. Parents, listen to your children.
Knowing 14-year-old Deandra still would have walked through their front door after school today.
This was unnecessary. This was uncalled for. Put the guns down. It makes no sense.
In Indianapolis, Adam Shooms, WRTV.
Well, police say this case is under investigation, and anyone with information is asked to give them a call, or you can call Crime Stoppers. That number is 317-262-TIPS.
Desperate pleas from a domestic violence victim calling 911 for help. That call came just seconds before a young woman was shot and killed by her ex-boyfriend.
Well, that woman's grandmother.
That's old. That's old. That's old.
Breaking news tonight. We just learned the name of the man killed along the riverfront in downtown Nashville last week. Detectives say 42-year-old Stephen Himes was found.
Damn, white man. They beat a white man to death by the river in Nashville, man. Damn shame, man. Damn, white man.
Beaten along Gay Street. Police are still investigating this as a homicide. We're going to keep our eye on it for you.
Yeah,
Breaking news tonight. We just learned that.
Keep your eye on it for us, man. When you find out who did it, man, we all gonna be shocked.
Metro Police wants you to take a close look at these three people. They're wanted for questioning in a deadly shooting from last summer.
Yo, if you know these three people, man, if you know any of these three people, your life sucks, man. If you know them, man, oh yeah, that's my girl. Oh yeah, I know her. If you know them, your parents probably secretly think you're a failure. They ain't gonna tell you, but they think you're a failure. If you know all three of them, oh Lord. If you know all three of these, I'm not talking about from school, I'm talking about you just know them.
Police want you to take a close look at these three people. They're wanted for questioning in a deadly shooting from last summer. It happened in June in the Walgreens parking lot on Nolensville Pike. The victim, 74-year-old Clarence Roach, was seen talking.
Nah, there's no update on Watermelon Gate, man. We want to check it out though, but I haven't seen no update on Watermelon Gate, man. Everybody hit the like button until you hit the like button.
Happened in June in the Walgreens parking lot on Nolensville Pike. The victim, 74-year-old Clarence Roach, was seen talking with someone in a dark-colored sedan. Well, the driver of that sedan then followed Roach into his car where he was shot. Police say these three were inside the store when it happened, and they got into the sedan before it drove off. Well, Roach later died from his injuries. Last bit of information, police say the driver who shot Roach may be in his 20s.
I want to thank you, Channel 3 News, because it wasn't for y'all.
No. Uh-oh.
Breaking news tonight. We just learned the name
That's
of the
my
man.
algorithm showing me all this old shit.
This is WSMV4 News at 6.
Tonight, Hendersonville police are searching for the suspect in their first homicide of 2025. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tracy Cornett.
And I'm Marius Payton.
I'm Lauren Lowry. Officers are looking for 18-year-old Amani Jordan. They say he shot and killed a 16-year-old yesterday.
Of course, it's Amani Jordan, the first homicide of the year. No other than Amani Jordan, man. Damn, Amani. Shout out to Osa the Healers. She said salute to the God bless the nation. Support the channel.
Yesterday.
As our Steve Mailing found out, it's not only a tragedy, but a rarity for a typically calm neighborhood.
Witnesses say it was an argument, then gunshots that led officers to this duplex on Volco Drive Sunday afternoon. Now, homicide detectives are tasked with investigating their first homicide in 6 months, while people in this area try to wrap their head around the incident. Candace Lewis has lived on Volco Drive for 4 years. In her time living here,
I haven't even.
Oh, that's a good neighborhood. You could never leave this out in a black neighborhood. You could never just leave that sitting in your yard in a black neighborhood. The good black people will warn you. You better take that in the house. Don't leave that out here. That's how you know the good black people. Just sit this out in your yard in a black neighborhood. And that's how you find out which ones is the good ones. They're going to come up. I seen you left that out there. Don't leave that out there. You better take that, put that in your garage, and lock it up.
for 4 years. In her time living here,
I haven't even seen one incident where cops were called out.
That changed Sunday afternoon. Hendersonville police were called out to this duplex for reports of shots fired. they'd instead find a 16-year-old Nashville teen dead and a suspect in the wind.
I'd been out here probably about a minute and a half before, and because I'm legally blind, like my ears work very well, and I heard the gunshot even over the football game that I was watching in the room, and I instantly pulled up my blinds and saw a car driving away.
Lewis and other neighbors didn't think the worst until they learned more about the situation.
I really thought that this was just like a domestic disturbance. And then suddenly I saw the yellow tape and I realized it was something more serious. It was shocking yesterday to see half of the block was completely a police force presence.
Now police are searching for the person they believe is responsible, 18-year-old Amani Jordan. HPD says they're devoting all their
18-year-old Amani Jordan, man. You thought you was slick. You thought you got away with that shit. You ain't get away with that shit, man. And they probably won't catch you. You probably gonna have a gun on him when they catch him. You had a murder weapon on him. Just another couple million down the drain trying to get him prosecuted and sent to prison.
Their resources to finding Jordan soon. Even with Jordan in the wind, police say they believe this incident was isolated.
This is not typical of our neighborhood, and it's a good family that this tragedy came upon. And it's a sad thing that young people maybe sometimes don't understand the implications of weapons.
Police have not yet released the name of the victim, pending more notifications of next of kin. For WSMV4, I'm Steve Maley.
Safety concerns tonight.
Young people.
Breaking news tonight.
Young people sometimes don't understand the implications of guns, man.
Hey, we have new reaction to a heartbreaking situation in Texas City, where police say a father died from a possible medical episode after seeing one of his teenage sons fatally shoot his older brother.
It was the result of an apparent accident, and now Jason Miles live from Texas City Police Headquarters with the very latest on all this. Jason.
Hey there, guys. We just got an update from Texas City PD. Within the last hour or so, I'm told it will be up to the DA and possibly even a grand jury to determine if charges are appropriate in this case. Meantime, many in this community mourning that father and son. Hours after learning his longtime business partner and friend was dead.
I knew he wanted me to work today and not stop living my life.
Melo Salazar was back at work at Artistic Image Tattoos. In fact, inside the very studio 41-year-old Jay Gonzalez used.
Most of all, besides just a tattoo artist and a business partner, man, he was a father. He was a human being. He was a damn good one.
Texas City police say Gonzalez suffered what appears to have been a medical episode in the wee hours overnight after his 15-year-old son accidentally shot his 17-year-old brother at their home on 10th Avenue. We're told Gonzalez tried to help the son who was mortally wounded when he also died.
He did everything for the community, fundraisers, school drives. I'm sorry. I mean, it's pretty hard. Man, he went the extra mile if he could, man.
Gonzalez.
My man got a grenade on his face. God, dog. He got a grenade. Yeah, homie been to prison.
He went the extra mile if he could, man.
Gonzalez's 15-year-old son was released to family while the DA determines if charges should be filed. It is unclear what type of weapon was involved.
I don't think he deserves any charges. He's already finna go through a lot. And he has to live with that the rest of his life.
Salazar says he hopes to carry out his friend's legacy by touching people through his art and otherwise. And this afternoon, Texas City ISD confirming that both sons were enrolled in the district saying it is saddened by this whole situation and counselors are available to anyone who may need them. Reporting live from Texas City.
Damn, that's a rough one, Jack.
Right now at 4, tragedy in Texas City. A father dies after witnessing the accidental but fatal shooting of his teenage son.
We hear from loved ones as the family in mourning begins to process their grief.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Sirota.
And I'm Lisa Hernandez. Police tell us that Jay Gonzalez collapsed and died from a heart attack after witnessing his 15-year-old son accidentally shoot and kill his 17-year-old son.
KPRC2's Bill Barajas live in Texas City with what we know about the victims. Bill.
Well, family and friends, as you can imagine, are hurting. It's with heavy hearts that they try to rally around that 15-year-old boy and try to make sense of what happened overnight. We spoke to some close family friends right here at the Artistic Image Tattoo Studio where they were remembering that father and son today. This is Jay and Joshua Gonzalez, the father and son best known for their big hearts and sense of humor.
He might not be the perfect man, but in his son's eyes, he was the perfect father. He showed him hard love. He had to be the mom and the father. So they learned, life's not easy, but you don't give up.
Isaac Rodriguez is a close family friend. He first met 41-year-old Jay Gonzalez here at the tattoo studio. He became known as Unc to 17-year-old Joshua and his 15-year-old brother.
I became a big part of his family, and kids knew me as Uncle. I got attached to him when I started seeing him do toy drives and benefits and, school drives, backpacks, anything that had to do with anybody that, whether you were hurting financially, medically, he did so many benefits. It was just uncountable.
The father and son died overnight. Texas City Police telling us the 15-year-old accidentally shot Joshua. Their father, Jay, witnessed the accident and tried to help save his son's life before suffering a heart attack. Where do you go from here as far as trying to wrap?
He suffered a heart attack from a broken heart.
Your arms around Jacob now because of this tragic accident.
Well, we all just early this morning got together. A lot of the family and people all had the same mindset of, first we're going to start off with therapy, and then we got to show them, hey, you can't give up. We're going to surround them, and as I would put it, put our foot on his neck and be like, hey, now you got to live for them. You got to make a difference.
As of right now, no charges have been filed in this case. Rodriguez says the 15-year-old is now with his mother, family, and friends, hoping to raise money to help that 15-year-old while wrapping their arms around him during this very difficult time. We're live in Texas City.
Man. Salute the Baby King, man. Shout out to Baby King, man. Said, take the challenge. Salute the Baby King, man. Our Nation Hall of Famer, man.
News now at 7. A mourning father calls for Atlanta youth to put down the guns after his son, who you see right here, was shot and killed. Atlanta News First senior reporter Patrick Quinn is live from Vigil in East Point for the 11th grader that's just beginning now. So, Patrick, you spoke with that father today.
I did, and this vigil has now just gotten underway. You can see these red balloons and the crowd continuing to gather here in East Point. And yes, I spoke with Ken Collier, the father. He said he'll remember the smile most of his son. He was a leader, not afraid to speak his mind. Kenneth Collier Jr. was shot and killed on Thursday, and his death highlights the complexity and honestly the ruthlessness of the gun violence epidemic.
The ruthlessness of the gun violence epidemic. Way to distance it from the actual people, man. Great job, white man. Now you can't be called a racist.
Collier Jr. was shot and killed on Thursday, and his death highlights the complexity and honestly the ruthlessness of the gun violence epidemic.
It just don't seem real.
Ken Collier grappling with the death of his 17-year-old son, Kenneth Collier Jr., shot and killed at these Austell apartments on Thursday.
Ken didn't deserve to be killed that way. Nobody deserves to be killed that way.
He was a rapper. Oh, he was a rapper. Uh-oh. He was a rapper. So he was involved in some mess. You a rapper in these communities, man. It's beefs and it's all types of implications, man. The complexity of Negro culture and the ruthlessness of Negro culture Uh-oh. I don't know how parents, when your kid decide to be a rapper, man, he got 1 foot in the fucking grave, man. He got 1 foot in the fucking grave, man. Shout out to Austin Dovercourt III, man. He says, salute, are you following Tommy's Twitter beef with glider men and his assertion that glider men unaliving people are similar to Sun in stats? Nah, man, I might have to check that out, man. We have to check that out maybe later, man.
At these Austell apartments on Thursday,
Killing didn't deserve to be killed that way. Nobody deserves to be killed that way.
Cobb County Police is investigating. So far, nobody is in custody.
You know, as a parent, it's the hardest thing ever, the hardest thing to go through.
The agony amplified for just 7 years ago on his 10th birthday. Kenneth's mom, Tamika Trimble, was also killed by gun violence.
You know, I sat on this same couch and did an interview. I talked about my son, mom, about his mom being murdered through gun violence.
On this couch.
The same as that couch when it happened.
At the time, Kenneth acted out, started bullying, and then he channeled that anger for good. Here's Kenneth at 11.
When I was bullying, I didn't really know how to express my feelings or my emotions. But then sometimes those people who may be getting hurt and feel pain may need a buddy just like I did.
Kenneth became an advocate against bullying and violence prevention.
Wow. This kid lived a fucking life, man. Salute to that kid, man, for writing that book, man. If he really meant it, man. Or then he became a rapper. A lot of rappers though are very talented kids. I would say that a lot of rappers in the black community, the ones that make it, either play the instrument or could dance really good when they were young, or they had some special skill involved in entertainment. It's a lot of athletes too become rappers. Not surprising that he had talent in other aspects of life, but it still doesn't change anything. Once they become rappers, they've already made the turn into the street life, or they are going to make the turn into the street life.
He wrote a book, and there he is with a city proclamation in his honor. But recently, Ken said Kenneth got off track and fell victim to the very thing he'd been a long-time voice.
He fell off track.
And then he channeled that anger for good. Here's Kenneth at 11.
I'm being murdered through gun violence.
On this couch.
The same as that couch when it happened.
At the time, Kenneth acted out, started bullying.
What?
And couch and did it.
Amplified for just 7 years ago on his 10th birthday. Kenneth's mom, Tamika Trimble, was also killed by gun violence.
Wow. I missed that, man. I didn't see that. I missed that part in the original story. Wow, I missed that. Wow. Ruthlessness of the black community.
I sat on this same couch and did an interview. I talked about my son, mom, about his mom being murdered through gun violence.
On this couch.
The same as that couch when it happened.
At the time, Kenneth acted out, started bullying, and then he channeled that anger for good. Here's Kenneth at 11.
When I was bullying, I didn't really know how to express my feelings or my emotions. But then sometimes those people who may be getting hurt and feel pain may need a buddy just like I did.
Kenneth became an advocate against bullying and violence prevention. He wrote a book, and there he is with a city proclamation in his honor. But recently, Ken said Kenneth got off track and fell victim to the very thing he'd been a long-time voice against.
Unfortunately, when you're still in a situation around your friends and environment, and that's all you see, a lot of times you can kind of fall back into that. As a parent, of course, I did everything I can do. We did everything we can do.
And so Ken grieves again and turns to his community. to help end the epidemic that keeps killing his family.
We really need to put the guns down.
And today I was able to email with Cobb County Police. They say they have not arrested anyone from this shooting. And if you have any information around this incident, you are encouraged to reach out to the Cobb County Police Department. Kenneth Collier Jr., he was an 11th grader at Eagles Land.
Community in East Point is now coming together to remember a teenager taken way too soon while police are still searching for the shooter. And as family and friends wait for those answers, 11 Alive's Molly Oak was there as dozens gathered for a candlelight vigil to honor the 17-year-old's life.
A night to remember.
Man. I remember him as brave, as courageous, ambitious.
Kenneth Collier Jr., whose personality would have lit up this dark parking lot.
He was a ray. He was a ray.
Brighter than the candles held by people tonight.
I know he is here with me. He's here with me, man. I can feel him.
His father, who he's named after, remembers the call.
Worst words I ever heard.
His 17-year-old son, shot on Thursday in Austell, dying at the hospital. Tonight, reminiscing over a son, friend, and mentee.
I just remember him as someone that really lived life, even though life was hard for him. I'm not talking about financially not having, but losing your mother at a young age.
Keith Lewis was Ken's mentor. He says Ken's mother was also shot and killed.
So right before his 10th birthday, his mother was murdered in a car. And, you know, from that, he just wrote an anti-bullying book.
People sharing messages and memories.
He was serious love because he gave so much love out, right? Always smiling, always talking to you, always trying to make somebody else feel better. It's almost like that was his mission, just to make you feel good.
And make the world better.
Like a team that impact that he left, right? Helping so many people, navigating against gun violence.
As they try to remember the boy who had so much life left.
It's off. So I just remember him as the young man that I saw, smiling, always happy, life of the party. So much hope.
Molly Oak, 11 Alive News.
Scenes of family and friends mourning a 17-year-old killed by gunfire. He dedicated his young life, we're told, to speaking out against violence after his mother was shot and killed 7 years ago. Cobb County Police say the teenager was found shot several times at an Austell apartment complex last week. Atlanta News First Madeline Montgomery spoke to his loved ones at a vigil tonight.
Friends and family have filled this parking lot here, mourning the life of Kenny Collier Jr. He was killed by the one thing that the last 7 years he's been advocating against gun violence.
It's an incredible loss, just tragic, and we miss him so much.
An incredible life taken at only 17 years old.
Really smart, real confident, wasn't scared of anything.
Cobb County Police said Kenneth Collier Jr. was shot multiple times at this apartment complex in Austell Thursday night.
Nobody never imagined getting a call where your son has been murdered or son has been shot or hurt.
It's especially shocking since Kenneth Collier Sr. received a similar phone call 7 years ago.
His mom was murdered due to gun violence on his 10th birthday. I linked on my son. My son was stronger than I was in that situation.
Since his mother's death, Ken Jr. has been speaking out about gun violence. This is a video of him speaking at the Georgia State Capitol.
Because I would have never assumed this for him. I would have assumed he would have been the one to become a politician.
The message he spread throughout his young life now being shared at his vigil.
They ain't got a car, but they got a gun. They ain't got a job, but they got a gun.
We just looking for fire to stop, man. We need ceasefire.
Cobb County Police say that they haven't made any arrests in this case, and if you have any information, to reach out to their detectives.
You need the Congo, man. You need the Congo method, man. You need the Congo method. The Congo method, man. That'll fix it.
Community in East Point is now coming together to remember a teenager taken way
The Congo method, man.
Nearly 2 months after a young mother was murdered at a party in Baltimore City Hotel, an arrest in the case.
And that suspect just turned 18, but was 17 at the time of this killing, now facing a number of charges. And those charges include first-degree murder.
WJZ is live. Stefan Dingle with more on the arrest. Stefan.
Hey there, Nikki and Rick. Good evening to you. Digging through those charging documents, we now know that 28-year-old Kiara Tripp was killed after being shot in her face. Police say Davion Foreman, that's the man who police arrested, who was 18 years old, was 17 at the time of this shooting. But he was arrested just days ago on his 18th birthday. And we must warn you, some of the details in those charging documents are disturbing. The night of November 16th into the early morning hours of the 17th, 28-year-old Kiara Tripp went to the Residence Inn Hotel on Wolf Street.
Oh, she was a dyke. So she was, these type girls be with the shits. They be in the field. They be in the mix. They think they're dudes. So they, like, you'll never find a black woman who's gay act like a banker or a entrepreneur. They all act like fucking thugs. All the gay black women take on the persona of a male thug. Almost all of them.
Into the early morning hours of the 17th, 28-year-old Kiara Tripp went to the Residence Inn Hotel on Wolf Street to hang with friends before she was killed, prompting a homicide investigation and a desperation for answers with only this surveillance video as a key to finding the suspect.
How critical is that video?
Yeah, so the investigators have not stopped working since the 17th of November, and we have got some inquiries.
Almost 2 months later, thanks to witnesses who were at the hotel during the incident, they were able to identify and charge 18-year-old Davion Foreman, who was 17 at the time of the shooting, with a list of crimes including first-degree murder and assault. Charging documents show that officers found Kiara Tripp lying face down on the hotel hallway floor just outside of room 1203, where blood was spotted on her face and the ground, along with one .40 caliber shell casing. After an autopsy was performed, it was determined by the medical examiner that Kiara Tripp suffered one gunshot wound to the right side of her face through her cheek. WJZ's Mike Helgren spoke with Tripp's family last month off camera before the arrest of Foreman, sending a message to those who were there in Kiara's final moments to do the right thing and come forward.
Someone out there, probably multiple people out there, who know what happened inside that hotel room.
And I just hope every time they go to sleep, they just see her face.
Every time they sit in silence, that they think of what they did to her and it eats them from the inside out.
Now, police were able to identify that suspect through witnesses that were there on the night of the shooting. If charged, Davion Foreman, it could face up to life in prison. We're live in your corner at 5 tonight. I'm Stefan Dingle for WJZ.
Right now, police are searching for the person who shot and killed a security officer while he was on the job at a McDonald's in Park Heights. WJZ investigator Mike Helgren is live on your corner at the crime scene with the emotional tributes coming in for the victim. Mike.
Nikki, Jamal Davis was beloved in his community. He was a father of two. We heard today from the CEO of the security company who employs him and so many others who are heartbroken because of this loss.
We ordered up a crime lab to respond to 4401 Reisterstown Road at McDonald's.
Police rushed to this McDonald's restaurant at Reisterstown Road and Cold Spring Lane just after 4 Sunday afternoon. A security officer here, Jamal Davis, who just celebrated his 38th birthday, had been shot multiple times. Looking at this picture, what's in your mind?
Sadness, because he was doing a good job at like protecting the McDonald's and stuff. It's very violent areas.
Brianna Brown is a regular customer here.
Is it what, Brianna?
Protecting the McDonald's and stuff. It's a very violent areas.
Brianna Brown is a regular customer here.
It's very shocking. It is for nothing. I can't believe it.
What would you say to that person's family tonight?
I give y'all my condolences.
The CEO of Cameo Consultant Company says Davis was working for him at the time. He posted a tribute on Facebook and sent WJZ the following statement. Security officer Jamal Davis was truly exceptional, an incredible father who loved his children deeply and a hardworking, dependable individual. He was a man of integrity, doing his best to provide for his family and make a difference in this challenging city. His loss is profoundly felt by everyone who knew him. This was an impactful loss for the Cameo family. We ask that you keep his kids and family uplifted in prayer. The owner of the restaurant, Denitra Bell, tells WJZ that she is in shock and completely devastated by the tragic and senseless act of violence that occurred at my restaurant. My condolences go out to the victim's family and loved ones, especially his son. Davis is the second homicide victim in Baltimore this year.
People have a lot of anger built up in them. Like one wrong thing.
Now we got 2 homicides this year, and it's the 13th. Yo, that's great, man. Shout out to Baltimore, man. They would usually have 13 by now. They only got 2. That's absolutely amazing. Wow.
Situation haywire, it's crazy.
Other loved ones have paid tribute online. One writing, "My heart hurts. You are my friend, man. I just saw you Saturday. This breaks me. You were the best person I know."
I just wish the community will all come together and just, be a family.
And we also heard tonight from a family friend who started an online fundraiser for Mr. Davis's children. She wants people to donate and support them. She says he was a kind and loving man. We're live in your corner.
Nah, man, don't come together, man. Need y'all to stay apart, man.
To WMER2 News at 5 o'clock tonight, I'm Kelly Swoop. We are learning the latest about the deadly shooting of a security guard in Park Heights. The victim identified as 38-year-old Jamal Davis. WMER2 News' Blair Sable followed up with the business today to see how everybody there is coping.
Well, Kelly, as you can imagine, a difficult day for those employees who witnessed yesterday's shooting, but even more so for one, Jamal Davis's teenage son, who we're told was working at this location when his father was shot.
He was a great person. For his son to see him like that was devastating.
Owner and operator of the McDonald's in Park Heights, Denita Bell, says it took just seconds before everything changed. This restaurant, a crime scene for hours on Sunday night, now reopened with extra security and grief counselors on standby.
We're just trying to create and foster a safe environment for our customers, for our team. We're completely locked in and focused on supporting the community in whatever way we can.
Jamal Davis worked for the Cameo Consultant Company since 2021 and was based at the McDonald's on Reisterstown Road for more than a year. In a statement, CEO Carlos Moore called Davis exceptional and a man of integrity, doing his best to provide for his family and make a difference in this challenging city.
This is a terrible incident.
Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates says despite this, he still believes private security helps to make Baltimore safer.
One, I think it makes the customers feel a little more safer when they walk into an establishment. But I think number two, sometimes the individuals who may be thinking about perpetrating crimes, that may be a deterrent.
Bell remembers Davis for going above and beyond that.
He was actually, moments before this tragedy happened, was actually sitting with one of our elderly customers that comes in every morning for coffee.
Now, we understand an argument happened before the shooting broke out, but details at this time still remaining tightly under wraps by Baltimore Police Department, which says this remains an open and active homicide investigation.
awful from the beginning to the end. Do they have any idea who did this, Blair?
Yeah, well, Kelly, at this point, police have not announced if they know who the suspect is. They are asking for tips in relation to this case. And when we did speak with Bell today, she did not want to go into.
Well, everybody, all the employees was there, and customers and camera. They can't get anybody to cooperate.
To the details here, but she did tell us there is security.
And not that I blame them, because you'll cooperate and they'll let the motherfucker out the next day and shit, and he'll be out there hunting, looking for you.
Footage that has been turned over to investigators and indicated that there were young people involved in this incident.
It's so sad. Feel for his family. Thanks.
Mm. Mm. Wow. Let's see if we can find out what happened.
We begin with Fox 45's Alexa Ashwell with what we're learning about the security guard and what happened. Alexa?
Yes, Kai Mary, so far no arrests. We're asking Baltimore police about the believed age of the suspect, if they know who they're looking for. Meanwhile, investigators have identified the victim, the security guard, as Jamal Davis, a 38-year-old father.
Great father was lost. A very respectful man.
Standing outside this McDonald's she owns, Denitra Bell talks about the sudden and tragic loss of 38-year-old Jamal. Davis, the security guard who Baltimore police say was shot and killed while working security at the restaurant late Sunday afternoon.
Jamal was contracted as a security officer. He's been here over a year. He's done a great job, has great relations with the neighborhood. He was actually, moments before this tragedy happened, was actually sitting with one of our elderly customers that comes in every morning for coffee.
According to Baltimore police, a physical altercation inside the McDonald's led up to the shooting. Fox 45 News was there as investigators, including the police commissioner, canvassed the scene, collecting evidence and any surveillance footage. Sources with the department tell Fox 45 Davis was shot with his own weapon. And a 911 dispatch audio obtained.
Got a shooting.
Officers indicated the
He was shot with his own weapon, so that means there was a fight before. He either didn't want to pull his gun out and shoot the person who ended up taking his gun and shooting him, or he was shot while trying to shoot that person. Damn, he was shot with his own weapon. Argument. In the morning, a lot of arguments in the morning in Blackenstein McDonald's is over breakfast. Because McDonald's stopped serving breakfast, I think, at 10:30. And people come in and they want breakfast, and they like, man, it's only 10:31, man. It's only 10:35, man. You can't make me a motherfucking hash brown and a McSausage sandwich, man. A sausage biscuit, man. Come on, man. Sorry, it's 10:30. Breakfast is not served anymore. That a lot of arguments start like that, man. Somebody just missed breakfast. I ain't lying.
Fox 45 News was there as investigators, including the police commissioner, canvassed the scene, collecting evidence and any surveillance footage. Sources with the department tell Fox 45 Davis was shot with his own weapon. And a 911 dispatch audio we obtained,
Got a shooting.
officers indicated the suspect is believed to be a juvenile.
Anybody confirm or get any type of suspect information to add to a brown hoodie? So when we go with brown hoodie at this moment, it's going to be a juvenile, approximately 15 years old, black male.
Baltimore police were back at the scene today, but not yet confirming additional information about the suspect or what happened.
Yeah, Falling Down, that movie with Michael Douglas. That was one of the things that happened in that movie, facts. But that's a dude that was going through a lot of stress who finally broke. A nigga kill you who going to see his daughter graduate, who going to fucking his dream job and shit, who going to see his probation officer. A nigga just kill you over. It won't take all that stress it took that white man to falling down to snap over that shit. A regular nigga just snap over that shit and kill your ass.
Bell says she's leaving the details of the investigation to police, but expressed her heartbreak over the loss, adding Davis's son works at this McDonald's and was there at the time of the shooting. She says he leaves behind other children as well. The owner frustrated by the violence.
We've never had an incident of this nature. What is disheartening is to see that there were young people involved and for such a life-changing incident to happen. And I hope that hopefully the younger generation that do embrace violence and for whatever reason perpetuate those acts, I hope that something shifts in that change. And I hope that we can just refocus on what community is all about. And I hope they really understand the devastating nature of the acts they cause and that things can just change in an instant.
And in fact, we're told Davis had just celebrated his 38th birthday last week. Anyone with any information on this case is asked to contact Baltimore Police. Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45.
Just celebrated a birthday. What's up, brother?
Ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing.
The afternoon show was real good, man. About the Congo.
Yeah, was you there or you saw it later?
I just saw it. I was in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I was hearing it.
Yeah, man, that shit is crazy, man. That's what I said, man. A lot of people was in favor of that, man. Like, yo, the Congo method, the Congo's on to something, man.
Yeah. I wish they could do that in the community, man.
Yeah, man, they on to something, man. They got something. They I ain't gonna get in their way, man. And any support they need, I'll be there for them, man. Shit, man. Let's see.
It's funny. The lefties never say nothing about them, though.
About the Congo?
The lefties never say nothing about them when the way they run their shit.
Yeah, they gonna try to though. This is they whacking them teenagers 50 at a time. The lefties the humanitarian groups gonna come down there and start putting pressure on them. I just hope they don't fold, man. Because nothing is lost with these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers ain't. Yeah, like they probably gonna get killed. All you're doing is taking somebody that's gonna get killed, going to go to prison, or going to just hurt a lot of people until they get killed to go to prison. All you're doing is paying to keep them alive in isolation. You can just whack them and send a strong message to their buddies on the street that, like, yo, when we catch you, you could be dead like real soon after we catch you. Something about jail doesn't speak to the son's psyche. Like, hey, man, if we catch you for doing whatever, I mean, however heinous it is, we're gonna take you to a place and and feed you and clothe you, and what I'm saying, adjudicate this, and then if you found guilty, we're gonna feed and clothe you for the rest of your sentence, and make sure that you have certain amount of rights, and there's a limit to what we can do to you, and you can assault our correction officers, and you can assault other inmates, and you get visits from fat white women. Nah, man, that don't speak to the son's psyche. That's not a deterrent. This is not a deterrent, man. Doesn't work for us, man.
Crime alert tonight in East Memphis, where a man was robbed at gunpoint in a convenience store parking lot. In fact, surveillance video shows the victim walking to his yellow car at the Q-Mart on Getwell.
Like these kids, man. Like, they're not going to take that yellow car and take it to a chop shop and sell it for parts. They're going to wrap it around a lamppost. And it's like, yo, what the fuck can you do with these people, man? And if he didn't comply, they would have shot his ass in his head right there and killed him.
And this
Hands
is
hang
true.
off there. Yeah, man. Fuck. Nothing lost, man. Nothing is lost by killing him. Everybody hit the like button, man. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chat, guys. Make sure you sponsor the show. Shout out to Doug Chunks, man. Doug Chunks, and he the one that made us come back tonight, man. 2 shows in one day, man. Tried to do it the other day, but I was so tired, man. I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning. After I tried to take a nap. This time I took a nap and I set the alarm, so the alarm went off.
In fact, surveillance video shows the victim walking to his yellow car at the Q-Mart on Getwell. 2 men get out of another car and approach him. One of them pulls out a gun. The other man starts going through the victim's pockets while the getaway car pulls up. They take what they want and drive off in that black Chevy sedan. The victim, thank goodness, wasn't hurt, but if you know who these other guys are, call Crime Stoppers.
Yo, this is crazy.
NBC4 News starts with breaking news.
Good afternoon. It's just after 2 p.m. and we are coming on the air as LA District Attorney Nathan Hochman announces charges against a group of people for looting as wildfires continue to burn in Southern California. Let's listen in.
I wonder who's looting.
All right, we'll start right now. So, as we've said before, with the firefighters literally putting their lives on the line to save people's lives, their homes and their properties and their businesses, with law enforcement working 24 hours to keep us safe and secure during these tragic times, with over 200,000 Angelenos cooperating with evacuation orders in order to make sure that they get out of harm's way, but allow firefighters and first responders and law enforcement to do their business. There have been certain people that we have given a warning to because we anticipated that this was going to happen. And these are the criminals. These are the people who are seeking to exploit this tragedy for their own benefit. These are people who have engaged in looting, arson. We've also investigated price gouging. We'll be investigating internet scams and the like. Today, we're here to announce that the promise that we made when we started this, that these criminals would be arrested, they would be prosecuted, and they will be maximally punished, is a promise we are keeping. As we announced today, the charges being filed on 10 different individuals, 9 of them for looting in both the Palisades and the Eden fires, and 1 for arson. And arson, by the way, not connected with the origination of the major fires, but an arson that occurred in Azusa. These felony charges are the result of a multi-agency collaboration that has been nothing short of incredibly impressive to be able to bring these charges this quickly. This collaboration includes the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles County Fire Arson Unit, the U.S. Attorney's Office, charged with grand theft. They stole over $200,000 as been alleged by the charging documents. And by the way, with respect to the charges I'm going to announce, please know this. The charges themselves are not evidence. Everyone that I'm going to describe today is presumed guilty until and unless they are proven guilt. Their guilt is proven by the government beyond a reasonable doubt.
Presumed innocent.
I'm sorry?
Presumed innocent.
Excuse me. Presumed innocent. Thank you for the change. Presumed innocent until and unless their guilt is proven beyond a reasonable doubt. So,
yeah, man, that's how we do it in Africa, man. You guilty until proven innocent, not innocent until proven guilty. That's a flaw. Innocent until proven guilty. Don't get me wrong, it makes sense. I get it. it's very, but it just doesn't work with people that would have never created a system like that.
I mean, they didn't know.
So back with Mr. People and Mr. Bell.
You said, huh?
They didn't know. Clearly, gliders see his flaws in it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, they just want to rock it out because that's the way, that's the way their system is. That's the way they roll.
They went ahead and committed these crimes. And when they committed these crimes, as you're going to see on this TV screen right here to my left, it was caught on a Ring camera. If you can play that as we're speaking. And the LAPD, through, again, such impressive investigation, worked with various leads and tracked Mr. Peoples and Mr. Bell to an apartment in Koreatown.
Peoples and Bell.
Bet on black.
Them some brothers, man.
The walk, the posture, everything.
Yep.
Surveillance was then conducted. When they attempted to leave, they were then apprehended, and items of a number of these stolen items from that residence was found with Mr. Peoples and Mr. Bell. Mr. Peoples is is committed 2 prior violent or serious felonies. This is his third. As a potential 3-strike person, he is looking at life in prison. And Mr. Bell, as a second strike individual, will be looking at 22 years and 8 months in prison if convicted. Mr. Coleman accompanied Mr. Bell and Mr. Peoples out of that apartment building in Koreatown, went into a second car. And when Mr. Peoples and Mr. Bell were stopped, that second car, driven by Mr. Coleman, kept going. It went through a light. It crashed into another vehicle. That innocent person in the other vehicle suffered a concussion. So Mr. Coleman has been charged with 1-count felony hit and run causing great bodily injury. As also a potential 3rd strike case, he is looking at a maximum sentence of life in prison. The second case that we'll talk about involves Rudy Salazar and Lucia Hilrara Perez. They had been charged with 2 counts each of first-degree residential burglary in connection with an Altadena looting incident. On the night of, again, January 8th, they went ahead and entered 2 different houses in the Altadena area, stealing property in each of the houses, and they were apprehended by the police. The third, and they are looking at 6 years maximum on each one of the residential burglary counts. The third set of charges is against Roy Sims, Ryan Sims, Naquan Dewey Reddix, and Pierre O'Bannon. They are each charged with 1 count of first-degree residential burglary in connection with their crimes, where they went into a house in Altadena in the early morning hours and stole a variety of different personal property from the owners of that house. If we can show some of that property and the resident and the burglary tools that were seized. No. We do not have that. Among the property that you'll see that was stolen in that particular incident was actually the Emmy Award of the resident who lived there. That was, the police worked incredibly quickly in that situation, stopped these individuals, and were able to apprehend them and recover most of the stolen property. The fourth incident is an arson incident in which Jose Gerardo Escobar has been charged. Do we have that ready? This is an incident that occurred in Azusa, where Mr. Escobar has been charged with 3 different arson charges. He is looking at 9 years in state prison. This is arson that occurred at Pioneer Park in the city of Azusa. It was investigated by the Azusa Police Department, who acted very effectively and very efficiently in apprehending Mr. Escobar. Mr. Escobar as well has been, he not only has been charged, but he is set for arraignment today. So again, with respect to all these charges, as I said before, these charges are not evidence and they are presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But this shows the effectiveness of law enforcement. So when I said, and I have been saying over the past couple of days, the question is not if, but when you will be caught if you engage in these crimes. The 10 charges or 10 different individuals that have been charged today are evidence of that fact. And the warning shot remains. Do not go ahead and engage in looting, engage in internet scams, engage in price gouging. Do not violate evacuation orders, and do not commit any of these crimes in which people are trying to profit from the tragedy of the people who have suffered from these various fires.
Let's see.
A little bit of Sun and Umbrito got into it. I said it was a little bit of Suns and Umbritos that got into it.
Yeah, definitely. Where did I put that video? Let me see something. Well, I was DC last night. It was officer shooting. Well, look for this.
All right, continuing to follow breaking news out of the district, we've now learned 3 police officers actually have been shot, as has another person.
This all happened along Florida Avenue near Union Market. That's where Melanie Alwick is,
that's
live
my old
on the scene
neighborhood.
in Northeast this morning with the latest. Melanie.
Hey, good morning, guys. We still don't have a lot of information from DC police about exactly what transpired in the moments before this shooting and whether there were more people involved in this than just the one person who was shot. And we have now confirmed killed in this altercation of whatever nature. As you mentioned, we've confirmed 3 police officers injured in this. 2 we're told were taken by MPD, by their colleagues for treatment. Another was transported by ambulance to the hospital for treatment. All of this happening right around 5 o'clock in the morning and closer to the intersection of 3rd and Florida. We're here at 4th and Florida. It's completely blocked off. And so we're not able to get a pretty good vantage point of what it looks like just down the block. We did see not too long ago a number of police vehicles, more assets coming here to the scene. And again, we are waiting for the public information officer to give us more information in terms of exactly what transpired. Again, a lot of these roads blocked off. People surprised by this. No one that I've talked to so far this morning here on the scene saw or heard anything. But again, we're not able to get over closer to Florida Avenue. We just know there's a lot of people. They say this has happened right in front of a garage that they're parked in. They're not able to get to their vehicles. They're waiting to find out. But they were told by officers here on the scene it may be several hours before anybody who's in this blocked off area can either get their cars or get to where they need to go. As soon as we get more information from the PIO, we'll let you know.
All right, Melanie.
Bowling Green, Kentucky. An officer was shot multiple times after responding to a disturbance at America's Car Mart. Officer Davis survived after being shot in the legs, arm, and torso. The suspect, Esteban Lowry, fired 16 shots in less than 7 seconds. Officer Davis, fearing he would injure employees in the building, didn't fire any shots, but instead deployed his taser. The craziest part, an Army soldier who was doing a ride along with Davis managed to subdue Lowry and strangle him to death. This was a wild situation, man. So here's the situation, man. This is Esteban Lowry right here. The police. He was. I don't know. I think he was at work. I don't know what his business was here. What his business was in this building, but it's a car, like it says let me see. Davis ride along at the time was you okay, so it's a wild story. Less than a month after being shot multiple times while responding to a disturbance at America's Car Mart, a hospitalized Bowling Green Police Department officer, Matt Davis, told 2 Kentucky State Police detectives that the person who accompanied him to the incident as a civilian ride-along saved his life. Davis made the disclosure during a police interview with members of the KSP Critical Incident Response Team, who investigated the July 6, 2023 incident in which Esteban Lowry fired several shots and struck Davis in the legs, arm, and torso. I would have got killed, Davis told KSP Detective Matt Wise and Ezra Stout during an August 2nd, 2023 interview at TriStar Skyline Medical Center in Nashville. There's no doubt that my ride-along saved my life because had he not engaged Mr. Lowry when my legs were down, I was at the mercy of Mr. Lowry. If he'd have walked up to me to execute me, I couldn't have gotten away. Davis's ride-along at the time was U.S. Army specialist stationed at Fort Campbell, told investigators that he emerged from hiding behind an office desk with an America's Car Mart employee during a lull in gunfire to stop the 41-year-old Lowry, subduing him with a chokehold. BGPD officers who responded in minutes after Davis was wounded heard the ride-along yell out that Lowry was dead and that he had strangled him. So this is Daniel Penny's situation. This is the Daniel Penny situation.
Makes sense.
A serviceman, ex, whatever was a U.S. Army specialist. Yeah, Army specialist. He strangled the guy who was causing trouble. All right, let's see it. Let's see if we can see it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So okay, nothing. All right, man. You have no authority, buddy. So what do you want to do? Just hang out, man. No, I ain't gonna hang out nowhere because I can go where I want. Okay, you just hang out here for us. Because you're not gonna hold me. You're not gonna contain me like that. You're not gonna hold me in here. Right. So can you please move out of the way? Sir, I will not. You need to. No, I don't. You need to. You just hang out for me. No, okay? I ain't hang out nowhere. You don't tell me what to do. All right. I tell you what to do. You're a public servant. Okay. You do as I say. So understand it. All right. Yeah, just hang out in here for me, Esteban. I ain't got to. So, Jess, you get opportunity.
Is he giving him a job application? Is this a job interview? They gave him in the middle of a job interview, man.
Esteban. I ain't got to. So, Jess, you get opportunity. Don't take my life. Hey, you hold on. Don't touch me. You hold on. Touch me. Hey, you hold on. Hey, sit down. Hey, sit. Sit.
Yeah. Damn.
Hey, you
Look how quick it happens. So this is 39-second mark.
You hold on. Touch me. Hey, you hold on. Hey, sit down. Hey, sit. Sit.
Gun is in his face at the 43-second mark. That shit is crazy. Slaps his head down. 4 seconds later, the gun is in his face.
Hey, you hold on. You hold on. Touch me. Hey, you hold on. Hey, sit down. Hey, sit. Sit. Hey, sit down. Sit down. Stand there. Hey, of course, he's got a gun. Stand there.
He ran and
stand there. Yeah. Stand there. Yeah.
And he pulled out a taser.
Esteban, quit. Esteban. Quit.
So the cop got a taser.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
And then he pulled out his taser, and that's when the guy shot him. I don't want to show the shooting because it's on YouTube. But the guy shot him with a switch. This guy had a switch on his gun. Shout out to Deluxe 247, aka Calvert, the real MVP, coming through once again. But just watch how quickly this escalates. These guys, the lives of a cop dealing with a Negro, man. This is a tough situation. Look how fast it escalates. The first escalation.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So okay, nothing. All right, man. You have no authority, buddy. So what do you want to do?
Like it's cracking from the second you come in the room. It's cracking.
He was on 10 already.
And this is a normal reaction. A lot of times people don't have guns when they react like this, but this is a typical reaction. This is a typical encounter with a son who's done something. Like you can clearly see he's done something because he's trying to get him out of there, or he got something on him. You knew he had something on him illegal because he's trying to hurry up and leave. And he's trying to get to a place where he can ditch it. He ain't want to get caught with that switchy. Or the drugs.
No, I ain't gonna hang out nowhere because I can go where I want. Okay, you just hang out here for us. Because you're not gonna hold me. You're not gonna contain me like that. You're not gonna hold me in here. So can you please move out of the way?
No, sir, I will not.
You need to.
No, I don't.
You need to.
You just hang out for me.
No,
okay?
I ain't hang out nowhere. You don't tell me what to do.
All right.
I tell you what to do. You're a public servant.
Okay.
You do as I say. So understand
All
it.
right. Yeah, just hang out in here for me, Esteban.
I ain't got to. So, Jess, you get opportunity. Don't take my life.
Hey, you hold on.
Don't
you
touch me.
hold
Don't
on.
touch me.
Hey, you hold on.
Hey,
sit down. Hey, sit. Hey, sit down.
Stand there.
Hey, of course, he's got a gun.
Stand there. You are a public servant. Stand there.
Get out.
Stand there.
Get out. Esteban, quit. Esteban, quit. Quit.
Stand there. You're a public servant.
Yeah, get out. Get out. That's
Yo, he has no regard in life. Just that fast.
That's how it be. It be cracking. It gets to cracking. Wow. You gotta be on point, man. And then you gotta make sure it's a black person. You gotta make sure you gotta try it. You gotta have it like, damn, if I get, as soon as you get to the call and you see it's a black person, you gotta be like, okay, I gotta deal with them gently with kid gloves, and I gotta make sure I'm not, overly aggressive, and I gotta make sure I don't shoot them and whatnot. And you already at a disadvantage because he's on 10 and you on 2 because of BLM and all that bullshit. He pulled out his fucking taser and tried to tase the guy who had a switch in his face. Got shot 16 times.
Man.
okay. You just hang out here for us.
Still tried to pull out the taser. Still tried to tase him even after the dude pulled out a gun. Let's see the comments, man.
I'm afraid to.
Family of Esteban Lowry, that's the Negro, looking for answers. What do you have to do? You got the body cam, but they still coming out looking for answers. And they got a civil rights attorney with them.
Yeah, that's easy money, man, for them and their branch.
You looking for answers. What happened here? What you think happened there? Like surreal, man. Like, jeez, man. What a country. The gall. They should be apologizing to the police department. We're sorry for the way our loved one behaved. We didn't raise him like that. Then they coming out trying to get some money and shit. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, take the $5 challenge via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. This one says, no context. Can't just assume the cop is always right. He didn't explain why he was being detained or if he was even even was there for he couldn't hold him there? What crime was committed? It seems fair to me. Yeah, the cop shouldn't have. This one says, I feel I'm missing context from the video. Was the subject under arrest, as in you're under arrest, was told to him prior to the start of the video? If not, for what lawful reason was the officer preventing his movement? I'm simply curious at the mindset of the situation. Oh, God. Is there any hope? Is it time to just send these people back to Africa, man?
Yeah.
Four hangout requests, 3 hold-up requests, 5 sit-down requests, 0 announcements of a criminal detention. And what crime is afoot? All employees of the city of Bowling Green, Kentucky should be banished from America for this cop's attempted kidnapping. Wow. This is real, yo. I'm not making this up. This one says 2 things. I'd bet the use of the backpack is an obfuscation tactic. I'll keep that in mind from now on. And the other is dollars to donuts. He had no CCP license, and not carrying one in the pipe reinforces that theory. Overall, great job. This woman thinks the cops did a good job. Reading the comments, I wonder how many read the post or really watch the video. See, this is the thing right here. This is the disconnect with Gladys. Gladys think because of the Negro's answer that they couldn't have possibly read the story or watched the video. Gladys like, man, oh, you didn't read it. Oh no, they read it, man. They watched the video 100 times, man. That's just their answer. That's their response, man. That's kind of arrogant, isn't it, Mark Ishmael? For Gladys to not understand the differences in groups by just assuming, okay, well they didn't read it, but they didn't watch the video. Huh? I can't hear you.
Gladys are very arrogant. I work with my bad. Gladys are very arrogant. They just shit. Oh, let me fix my mic.
Yeah. No, they watched the video 100 times, man. They know what happened there. That's how they see it. He says, in my opinion, Officer Davis showed the same levels of restraint, putting the lives of others before his own. You see many other people at the business and nothing but drywall. Not sure how many would do the same. He said, let me guess, the Army soldier that choked him to death. Yeah, that's what they want. That's what the family wants. The family wants the Army specialist who was on the ride along with the cop who choked that nigga to death. They want him charged. That's probably what the family's after. Like he didn't have to. He didn't have nothing to do with it. It was a lynching. I wouldn't be surprised if they called this a lynching.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
I mean, the families, they love that. They need that money. It's sick. And it's through a white man's hand, so they need it. And their brain. Well, a Gladys on hand.
He said that cop hesitated way too much. I'm certain that's because he was afraid of the backlash. Identity politics have made police less safe. He said, in a split second, it turns from your everyday disturbance to a life and death situation. I do not envy police officers by putting on the badge and uniform. They put themselves in danger. I think the officer was calm and professional as he could be. When that didn't work, yeah. Let's see. This one said the officer could not engage with the gun pointed at him from 3 feet away while his gun was holstered. While he was unholstering his pistol, he would have been shot at close range many times. He was lucky to have survived. Thank the vet that stopped the perp.
Now, let me ask you this.
I can't hear you.
Sorry about that. Do you think that's a glider? Do you think a glider said that or not?
Yeah, there had to be a glider. The last statement, yeah, it's thoughtful, and like I still think that the glider, the glider immediately couldn't pull out his gun because he's reacting to the gun. He's not expecting the gun to be in his face, and then once the gun's in his face, he used his hand to grab it, and then he fled to the next room, and then he should have pulled out his gun, but he pulled out a taser. He got shot 16 times. He literally tried to tase the man. This one, Iris says, it's always 3 sides to a story. Their story, our story, and the truth. All we're looking for is the truth. What's going on? Lowry's first cousin, Wayne Burton, said, let's get the information we need so we can go through this process and let the healing begin.
That's a system.
Their anti-cop movement has made policing so much more dangerous for the guys actually responding to calls. Even with lethal force is 100% justified. Even when lethal force is 100% justified, they are reluctant to even draw their weapon. The anti-cop politicians, brass police chiefs are 100% responsible. Said that good soldier will be thrown in prison, no doubt.
I don't think there's anything fixing this.
No. This one says, the way the officer said Esteban stopped when the perp pulled out the gun sounded like he was talking to his own dog. LOL. Aside from that tragic incident, glad the officer pulled through. Commits a crime, gets violent, gets arrested, blames white people, commits a crime, gets violent. Jesus Christ. Damn. Wow. Bro took a taser to a gunfight. Wow. Let's watch that one more time, man. Esteban wasn't no joke. Esteban was with the shits, man.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So okay, nothing. All right, man. You have no authority, buddy. So what do you want to do?
Just hang out, man.
No, I ain't gonna hang out nowhere because I can go where I want.
Okay, you just hang out here
No,
for us.
because you're not gonna hold me. You're not gonna contain me like that. You're not gonna hold me in here. So can you please move out of the way?
No, sir, I will not.
You need to.
No, I don't.
You need to.
You just hang out for me,
No, I
okay?
ain't gonna hang out nowhere. You don't tell me what to do.
All right.
I tell you what to do. You're a public servant.
Okay.
You do as I say. So understand
All
it.
right, yeah, just hang out in here
No, I
for
ain't
me,
got
Esteban.
I ain't got to. So, Jess, you get the opportunity. Don't take my life.
Hey, you hold on.
Don't
You
touch me.
hold
Don't
on.
touch me.
Hey, you hold on.
You see how
Sit
calm
down.
he was?
Sit down.
Hey, sit down, sit down.
Stand there.
Hey, of course, he's got a gun.
Stand there. You are a fucking servant. Stand there.
Esteban lit his ass up. The ride along came. He lucky I wasn't doing a ride along. He'd have been dead. Shit, he'd have been dead if I was the ride along. I ain't gonna lie, man. He lucky it was a Marine specialist, man, an Army specialist that was riding along with him. A brave one at that.
He went from 10, he calmed down, like you could take care of that, and then he rolled out the switch like that fast.
It be cracking like that, man. It gets to cracking. That's how quickly it pops off. I didn't know that. Yo, Hitler had game, man. Hitler had game, yo. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Hitler had game, man. Hitler was nice at basketball. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. He was nice, bro. They ain't had NBA back then, but if they did, man, he could have played in it, man.
Yo, who made that shit?
It was nice, man. Ooh, shit. I bet you don't know what player that is. I know what player that is.
I think that's Tracy McGrady.
Nah, man, it's modern. Look how modern the uniforms are. I can tell what player. Can you tell what player this is? I want to know if the chat can tell what player this is that they superimposed Hitler onto. I can tell just by the movements. Yeah, man. Sammy Jr., no. That's job, man. You can tell by the way he swing his arms when he jump. You can tell by the way he dunked and the way he, like this dunk right here, that's the one that could have been Anthony Davis, though. You're right. That could have been Anthony. But watch, I'm going to tell you the one that made me know it was Ja. The one that made me know it was Ja was this one right here. The way he do his arm, I knew that was Ja. I said, that's Ja. It could have been Anthony Davis, though. Yeah. I mean, Anthony Edwards.
Latarian Milton is not your typical 7-year-old. Few his age have ever driven an SUV up and down several busy streets. It all started at his mother's townhouse. Latarian says he took the car keys and hopped into his grandmother's Dodge Durango.
When I came through the back door, I looked on the counter, my keys were gone. I took my grandma car because I got mad at my mom, and then I suddenly had my friend come in, and he smoked with cigarettes.
He started the vehicle and put it into gear.
I yanked the thing.
And off they went, two 7-year-olds alone on the road. Latarian drove several miles through Lake Park and Palm Beach Gardens.
We got the one call that I told you about of a driver in the vehicle who looked too short to be able to see over the steering wheel.
Along the way, he ran over 2 mailboxes, hit 2 parked cars in a Costco parking lot, and struck 2 moving cars near Walmart.
I want to do it because it's fun. It's fun to do bad things. to drive into a car.
But did you know that you could perhaps kill somebody?
Yes, but I wanted to do hood rat stuff for my friend.
It all ended on Investment Lane and Consumer Drive. That's where Latarian hit the curb and sideswiped the sign. The SUV took most of the beating, snapping off one of his axles and wheels. A grandmother's rage.
I want to whip his behind. That's what I want to do right now. If I thought they wouldn't take me to jail, I'd whip his behind right now.
You don't think he should be punished for all of this?
Just a little bit, no video games for a whole weekend.
And one unusual story for police.
Are you sorry? You understand that now your grandma's going to have to pay to have those cars fixed because you hit those cars.
Can my mom help her?
Wow. What do you do with that? Like, how do you handle that situation right there?
That's Latarian Milton, man. Latarian Milton, man.
Yeah, that's an old one. I remember this.
Yeah, what do you do with that? I mean, I think at this age, you probably give him a chance. I don't think you go to the Congo method yet at that age. It's too early for the Congo method.
The Congo will do it for him.
Yeah. It's too early for the Congo method, man. Maybe the Singapore method, man. Maybe give his ass a whipping or some shit. I don't know, man.
Public beatings.
Let's see. Latarian Milton. Let's see, update. Last update we got for him is 7 years ago. We don't have no update past 7 years ago. That's crazy. But yeah, it's kind of what. Let's see if we can get you guys filled in, man. We haven't heard from him in 7 years. I mean, in the past 7 years, but this, I think that was 14 years ago. This is 7 years ago.
That's when Grand Theft Auto was. That's when Grand Theft Auto was real popular.
That's right. And Latarian Milton spent about 10 minutes in court this morning. He learned that he will not be able to go home anytime soon. He will have to wait to hear from the judge the next court date. We last spoke with Latarian Milton in 2015. He had just completed middle school and was looking forward to the next step.
When I get to school in high school, because be able to come on the football team, have some good success there.
This is Milton entering a West Palm Beach courtroom Monday to face charges stemming from an armed robbery and carjacking. Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies say a Lyft driver picked up 4 young males and a female early Sunday morning and drove them to Windora Way in West Palm Beach. That's where the female exited the vehicle. Investigators say the suspects told the driver to take them to another location. When the driver refused, authorities say one of the suspects pulled out a handgun and hit the driver in the back of the head. The driver says he got out of the car and was robbed of his wallet and jacket. He later told deputies that Milton, who was in the front passenger seat, got out and hopped into the driver's seat and sped away with the other suspects. According to investigators, the driver gave detectives a phone number, which led to the identification of Milton. Deputies arrested Milton Sunday afternoon. We first met Milton in 2007 when he was 7 years old. He had just stolen his grandmother's SUV and went on a joyride through Lake Park in Palm Beach Gardens.
I want to do it because it's fun. It's fun to do bad things, to drive into a car.
So did you know that you could perhaps kill somebody?
Yes, but I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friend.
If I thought they wouldn't take me to jail, I'd whip his behind right now.
Back in court, the judge ordered Milton to remain at a juvenile facility until his next court date. And the woman you saw in that video is Latarian Milton's grandmother. She did not want to talk as she left the courtroom today. However, she did say that she will continue to pray for him. Latarian Milton is due back in court on.
Pray for us. Fuck pray for him. Pray for us. We gotta deal with his shit. Where he is it? Is there any Latarian Milton updates, man? Latarian Milton, man, where you at, man?
You only get this on here, man. That's crazy.
Is this him? Hold on. I think we might have an update on him, man.
My attorney reaction to some trending news. Now, you all, if you're in the trending news, Black YouTube space, you all may remember one of my favorite shows, created by an alumni from my undergrad, The Boondocks. And they had a story that was hilarious. shit together, but I don't know. It was looking like straight is a little bit kind of out there. But at some point, I will tell you, and I want to show y'all this so we can pull it up real
into his next court date.
Okay, so that was where LaMilton Tayshawn. That's not even his name. I keep confusing him with the. I keep confusing him with the Boondocks now. The Boondocks name is hilarious. Latarian Milton ended up. Now, afterwards, I was looking because I was like, well, what is he doing now? Is he still in custody? Stories are a little bit kind of out there. But at some point, I will tell you, and I want to show y'all this so we can pull it up real quick. As we can see from the video on the screen, at some point, this young man was making music. You can guess what the music was about, getting money and doing street shit. But, you know, that's kind of where this story ended up. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all find any updates as to what's going on with this gentleman, this young man in 2020.
Yo, his life went so predictable, didn't it?
Very predictable. Jesus.
Yeah, that shit was like, you could like literally like, it's like a script, yo.
If that ain't DNA, I don't know what is.
Sponsor the show, guys. Sponsor the show, man. Only way you're going to get the Latarian Milton update, man. God,
That's amazing.
Man.
That's amazing on that part. For you to bring that up, like, I would never. Because you wonder, and you just brought that up. That's amazing.
His video is called Money Problems. Let me see if we can find that.
Just like that other case where I think one of your best shows you ever did when that crazy trans I think it was the glider that died from Philly, and then trans that was defending him, and then he did so heinous. That shit was crazy when you brought it, you spent it back around, and he got in trouble. The trans, it was crazy.
That shit was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, we got to follow that case and to see where it goes.
That was one of the best shows I ever. I was like, yo.
I just found it, man. I just found it, man. Latarian Milton, man. Jeez. FTB Prodigy. That's his name. FTB Prodigy.
The more money I get, the more problems. If you ain't fam or the gang, you can get $1. I'm a big dog, but I ain't wearing a collar. I be in the old drip down in the sauna. I mean, the girls love it and they say they really fuck with it. Chains on my neck, you don't think about touching.
That look like his in the mid-age.
Niggas in her leg who be thugging it. Hey, get down, don't make it sound. All this drip I got on, shit, I might just drown. Niggas know I'm a king, I'm just looking for my crown. I got everything I want, so it's no need to frown. Yeah, I came from the bottom, but shit went down. And I love where I'm from, but I had to leave the town. But I'm still on my grind, I can't let y'all down. Even if it's niggas hating, man, them boys just clowns. But it's cool, cause I'm still gonna do what I do. They miss the old Prodigy, well, shit, I miss them too. If you ain't cool with me, then you ain't cool with my crew. Yeah, these green bills cool, but I like my money blue. Getting hot outside, had to put my ice on. Cut bro off, he was moving like a python. I won't hesitate to block you, get off of my phone. Trying to make me a mill, that's what I got my sights on. Facts, diamond shining, diamond dancing, yeah, they getting sturdy. Girls blowing on my phone, texting me flirty. Cooking up like I'm a chef, I'm not Stephen Curry. We gon' put that boy to rest, pop him like a 30. Really think this shit is sweet, finna doing dirty. He acting confused, I didn't stutter, so I know he heard me. Niggas trying to bring me down, but he can't hurt me. Diamond shining, diamond dancing, yeah, they getting sturdy. The more money I get, the more problems. If you ain't fam or the gang, you can get $1. I'm a big dog, but I ain't wearing a collar. I be in the O, drip down in the sauna. I mean, the girls love it and they say they really fuck with it. Chains on my neck, they don't think about touching it. I got niggas in the bay who be rushing shit, and I know niggas in LA who be thugging it. The more money I get, the more problems. If you ain't fam or the gang, you can get $1. I'm a big dog, but I ain't wearing a collar. I be in the O, drip down in the sauna. I mean, the girls love it and they say they really fuck with it. Chains on my neck, they don't think about touching it. I got niggas in the bay who be rushing shit, and I know niggas in LA who be thugging it. Hey, for me, it's like the more money we come across, more money we see. Hey, for me, it's like the more money.
Wow. I mean, this is a positive story, though, if you look at it, right? It could be worse, right?
It could be worse. I mean, he's now doing entertainment, so.
Wow.
What year was this video?
2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I guess he lost some weight from his standard.
Wow.
An argument at a girls' 3rd and 4th grade basketball game taken too far.
Wow.
Yeah, girl sports can be rough, man.
An argument at a girls' 3rd and 4th grade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. It can be rough, man. Trust me.
Parents don't know how to act.
Parents, varsity. It's, I coach. So I stick to one-on-one. I just coach wrestling. So the battle's in within. But as far as like basketball, it's intense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
An argument at a girls' 3rd and 4th grade basketball game taken too far.
They should be concerned with trying to find out how youth sports can lead to something like this.
I've never seen anything like that. Not that serious. Kids aren't having fun anymore. Leave the sport to the kids. Take the parents out.
It all started with
You can tell the guy was probably black folk the way they talk. She dog whistling, man. Listen to them dog whistles, man.
Youth sports can lead to something like this.
I've never seen anything like that. Not that serious. Kids aren't having fun anymore. Leave the sport to the kids. Take the parents out.
It all started with a verbal fight spilling into the parking lot. In a video obtained by state police, you can see a person chasing after a white sedan. That person then crossing over the median and stopping in the middle of the road. That same white car showing no signs of slowing down as it drives right into the victim.
But it seemed to be a minor incident that obviously got to be a bigger incident outside.
What appears to be a child comes to check on the man as another person chases after the car, which leaves the scene.
That's traumatizing. I'm sure he will be having nightmares. For a junior high elementary school, that's too much.
This is not something we encourage or expect. We want our children to have fun, feel safe, and enjoy sports.
State police are investigating the incident, and the suspect was released on bond.
How's he the suspect?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.
He don't know if that guy was going to pull out a gun. You run over and jump, we arguing, you chase down my car and run over there. I don't know if you got
in a video obtained by state police.
They're obviously leaving because they feel like they're in harm's way. They're trying to get the fuck out of there. I mean, I'm go ahead.
I definitely agree with you on that. I mean, that's why they have the prosecutors and lawyers to defend that situation because he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Yeah, motherfucker kill you. Somebody that run up on your car? Somebody.
Yeah, he never. Yeah, he never even budged. He just said, "Yeah, come on." So you're thinking, "Oh, he got something." If he ain't even trying to flinch.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here.
Police, you can see a person chasing after a white sedan. That person then crossing over the median and stopping in the middle of the road. That same white car showing no signs of slowing down as it drives.
That dude ain't do nothing wrong. Whoever's in that car, let's see.
And we are starting off tonight with a shocking incident caught on camera in the eastern Connecticut town of Columbia.
State police are telling News 8 a girls' youth basketball coach hit a parent with his vehicle after some sort of an argument following a game.
And we want to warn you, the video can be difficult to watch. News 8's Brittany Schaefer joins us from the school where it happened.
If it's a coach, it could be a glider coach.
Says the incident happened Saturday just after 11 a.m. here at Horace Porter School. A woman, a mother who tells us she witnessed this incident, says it was horrifying for her and other families to watch.
You can see the intention. I mean, he didn't have any intention of stopping.
After the collision, the white sedan kept going. State police say the hit and run at a Columbia elementary school involved visiting youth basketball coach Brian Baez Rivera and a parent.
The rec director called me and told me there was some issues with the game that have taken over outside of the gymnasium, requiring the state police to be called.
And a parent.
The rec director called me and told me there was some issues with the game that have taken over outside of the gymnasium, requiring the state police to be called and be involved.
Town Administrator Mark Walter tells us the game was between 3rd and 4th grade girls in their Parks and Rec League in Wyndham. A mother who witnessed the incident but did not want to go on camera says she knows the victim, and the person running toward him after he was hit is his son, who also saw the whole thing.
I'm hoping the parent is okay that was hit by the car. Our thoughts are with him and his family.
The witness tells News 8 the Columbia father has multiple broken bones and a concussion after being thrown over the hood and roof.
That's what, like, why he stand in front of the car after an argument? It's not like he just stand in front of the car.
I mean, he assumed that if you do that, he's assuming, oh, he's not going to hit me. Well, apparently he did.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the guy, like, you could never know if anybody's packing, especially if they're yelling at you and chasing your car. That, I get it. You don't, you would hate to see the guy hit if he didn't intend on. If he just wanted the guy to get out the car and argue some more, I guess. Well, the guy can plausibly say that he didn't know what the man wanted him to get out of the car for.
Yeah,
he could plausibly say that.
Javon's in the back chat.
What's up, man?
Yo, what's bragging?
Vice President, man.
Oh, in the building, man. Salute.
What's cracking? Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Take the $5 challenge via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat, man.
Man, same old shit, just a different toilet, man. Had to be here.
Any coffee, Vice President? Because, you know, I get 0 votes. I gotta get you some coffee.
You're paid, man. You're a staffer, a White House staffer.
Nah, man. I'm more of a tea guy, man.
All right. Minty.
No, I got the sangria shit I be drinking. Yeah, or black cherry, or watermelon.
Well, watermelon, yeah, man. That sounds about right.
Yeah, you already know, man.
You can put a basketball court in the White House, man.
We put in the KFC. We put in the KFC in the strip club. Right.
Just one of the many issues law.
Yeah, man. It's only right, man. It's only right.
No dark butts allowed though. Only light skin.
Oh yeah, now you're talking my language.
Yeah, man. Melungeons, Umbritas, Gladys, no Asians. They ain't got no ass, but
Yeah, man.
Respectful.
Well, the budget, just one of the many issues lawmakers are tackling this legislative session. Some leaders are also gearing up to address juvenile crime.
In Baltimore, one resident says he was carjacked by armed juveniles.
Having a gun pulled on you by two kids. It's what the world is coming to. And they're probably just going to get a smack on the wrist and sent home.
That's one Negro-fied Asian.
Yeah, you can tell he listen to rap.
Well, you can tell he ate at Popeyes in the last 2 weeks, man. God damn. That's a Negro-fied Asian.
Probably smothered a dark butter or two out.
Oh, definitely. He like dark butts. He Asian, man. The other races like the dark butts.
Yeah. Look, I ain't even gonna say nothing, but yeah, they do, man. They do.
Having a gun pulled on you by two kids. It's what the world is coming to. And they're probably just going to get a smack on the wrist and sent home.
This armed carjacking
like a nigga.
just as the mayor was fielding questions about crime, including the ongoing issue of juvenile crime. Alexa Ashlow joins us live in studio with all these concerns. Alexa. Yes, Kai Mary, the mayor pointed out the huge reduction in juveniles falling victim to gun violence in 2024, but had to be asked about the ongoing issue of juveniles committing crimes and solutions to the crisis.
Total and violent crime were down, and we had 74% fewer young people who were the victims of gun violence in Baltimore.
Now, I will say this, man. They have done a great job there in Baltimore reducing the murder rate.
Wait, he said 74 or 174?
71% less. Victim of crime. I mean, they doing a phenomenal job there in Baltimore and in Philly. I got to give them credit for it, man. I ain't gonna sit here and just be like, that'd be fake for me to not recognize how much
acknowledge it.
Yeah, they only got 2 murders in B-more this year. How many murders they got in Philly so far this year?
I was just about to say I gotta check the stats. I didn't check it.
Yeah, we have to go to Philly next, man.
Around the time Mayor Brandon Scott was inside City Hall touting a reduction in violent crime, including juveniles falling victim to gun violence, Kenny DeVera, a husband and father, was being carjacked at gunpoint in Southwest Baltimore. The suspects believed to be juveniles.
Walk up, they say, hey, can you give us a ride to the bus stop? No, I can't. I'm busy. So then the one walks a little closer.
You can give us a ride. What, nigga?
Grabs his gun. And says, I'm just going to take it. Get the F back before I blow you.
The juvenile crime crisis was a top concern among the people of Baltimore last year.
Down like
During the city's last public safety hearing of 2024, Baltimore police revealed among juveniles, carjackings were up 233% and robberies were up nearly 50%. Local leaders did not address that reality during the 2025 public safety press conference until questioned. The mayor asked what his message
was. I
said nobody getting any shrimp rolls for the whole week till you get till you get back on his feet. And these stores gonna be closed all week because of these niggas. Can't get your backwoods.
He looked like a chicken guy.
Can't get your hustlers platted. Can't get none of that shit.
He looked like he pissed off about it too, man.
Yeah, he ain't gonna crash out because he knows it's not that deep, but he probably was ready to crash out at that moment. If he probably had nothing on him.
Yeah, probably so. Like when they ask you a question, it's almost too late. Once at the time you got a cigarette, anything. If they ask you a question, you're fucked.
Just get the. Don't even he shouldn't even acknowledge this. He should have just kept that shit pushing.
Yeah. And don't engage. Yeah, don't engage.
Yeah, as soon as you engage, that's the whole thing right there, bro. When you engage in these niggas, it's fucked up to say shit, but nigga, you gotta be ready for anything.
So if he, as soon as he asked him a question, he should have just hurried up and got in the car and just dipped off walk off. He's basically saying.
I mean, it's really nothing. I mean, sometimes you can't even do that. But I mean, I can tell you this: like, if they ask you a question, you're farther along in the event. Like when they're across the street or they walking, like one thing you got to know about them too. If they walking in a pack and they start separating, some start hanging back and some start walking up to the left, and like
Yeah,
you know what I'm
you gotta,
saying?
that. Yeah, that one you're gonna know.
You pretty much yeah, like if you got a joint on you got to pull it out and blow. And the thing about it like that is citizens ain't built like that.
Yeah. That's why you a civilian.
Yeah.
You don't do shit like that.
Like, to look across the street, see some sons just skipping across the street and just start blowing at them.
Yeah, you know.
Nah.
Who the fuck is doing it?
Right. But they come
Other than like a reform, son man.
Right. And then they come over, hey, cuz, you got a cigarette? And you're like, nah, bam. Steal you right on your chin and shit, and then start robbing you and shit.
It's over that. You got spotted. The pack has, marked you as a target. I mean, what the fuck you gonna do, nigga?
Yeah,
you just unlucky. That's it.
Right. Straight National Geographic, man. Wow.
Pulls up his jacket, grabs his gun, and says, "Now I'm just going to take it. Get the F back before I blow you."
The juvenile crime crisis was a top concern among the people of Baltimore last year. During the city's last public safety hearing of 2024, Baltimore police revealed among juveniles, carjackings were up 233% and robberies were up nearly 50%. But local leaders did not address that reality during the 2025 public safety press conference until questioned. The mayor asked what his message would be to people like John Berardi, who remained frustrated by juvenile crime and don't feel safe in the city. Back in November, Berardi suffered permanent vision loss after being attacked and robbed by juveniles in Federal Hill.
Every doctor that's looked at it said you're not going to see the same out of it ever again.
We understand that we don't want anybody to be a victim of any kind of crime, no matter whether it's property crime, violent crime, juvenile crime, adult crime. As I always say, I don't care if you're 3 years old, which we don't know they do, 10 years old, 14 years old, or 60. You shouldn't be out there committing acts of violence. And to that gentleman, every victim, this is why we're committed to that work. This is why we're committed to working with all of our partners to make sure that every part of the system is not only talking, but working to the highest levels, right? Again, we're not celebrating anything. We want to make sure that we're holding, as the governor said, holding those young people accountable while also correcting and investing in
Let me tell you why you can tell they're doing a good job with crime. Because the mayor is there. This wasn't to discuss juvenile. This was to discuss the reduction in the homicide rate. And I mean, the governor. The governor been hanging around Baltimore a lot lately. And when shit was going bad, you couldn't find him standing next to the mayor of Baltimore. Mayor of Baltimore was radioactive. Now that they cut the crime rate by like 50% or some shit like that, the governor, every time you see the man now, the governor's hovering over his back and shit, trying to squeeze into the picture and shit, trying to squeeze it, because he tried to get some of that good press too.
Them to change their life so that they don't do that for the rest of their lives.
But the clock ticking as more people are falling victim to crimes committed at the hands of juveniles.
But they're going to come across that one person that ain't going to lay down for it and ain't going to have it. And their mama's going to be crying, "Oh, my kid, my sweet, innocent kid." Well, your kid is out here putting guns on people.
That's right, man. Go ahead, Mr. Chong. Mr. Chong.
Yeah, man. That's the tiger in him. That non-politically correct. That tiger in him. They ain't politically correct for real. They say what the fuck what they feel.
Yeah, the Tigers don't have no pity, man, or compassion, man.
Yeah, that emotional, like, not that they bad people, but they just don't have that.
No. You can tell by their society though, like their
Yeah.
society is very orderly, man. You don't like you can't even litter in their society.
Yeah, they just, it's not that they don't have compassion or pity. They just don't tolerate.
No, nothing.
It's just in them. They don't. It's just they're just orderly. They're not chaotic people.
Yeah, and they don't
They're responsible. Period. They're just
Very
responsible.
responsible.
you don't step out. Yeah, you don't step out of line over there because it's like it's consequences for stepping out of line. So in that they created their society. Their society is an embodiment of their collective mind. Their collective IQ.
And everybody buys into this what they do. It's not like that's why it's so much order. It's like it's you don't have to think about it. It's just who they are.
Yep. Yep. And he like, yo, he you could tell he been around sons for a long time.
Because he know the talking points. Like,
yeah, he can't shake that. He can't shake that his natural IQ. This is culture. This is the difference when people talk about culture versus IQ. He's a good example. Like the culture that made him talk the way he talked and dress the way he dressed, but his IQ is his IQ.
His DNA, his tendency towards, not being antisocial, being a functional member of society.
Yeah, definitely.
The rest of the lives.
But the clock ticking as more people are falling victim to crimes committed at the hands of juveniles.
But they're going to come across that one person that ain't going to lay down for it and ain't going to have it. And their mama's going to be crying, oh, my kid, my sweet, innocent kid. Or your kid is out here pulling guns on people and taking their property that they work hard for.
I followed up with Baltimore police on this most recent case. A
Oh, she
spokesperson
got the
confirms
tips,
no arrests
man.
have been made in the stolen vehicle, not
So
yet
look at
recovered.
this driver
Alex
right here,
Ashwell,
man.
Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai
You got
Jackson.
the
Thank
lips
you
you
for
can
watching.
grab
Here's
on, like-
another video.
I thought that's my intrusive thoughts, man. Salute to that. Salute to that pug.
We'll see.
Wonder if she had a mother shirt.
Y'all play us next week. The Philly play the Redskins.
Damn. No, they play the Rams. They play the Rams next week.
They play who?
Yeah,
They play the Rams.
Oh, the
Philly
Rams
played
won tonight?
Detroit.
Yeah, they won.
Philly played
They
Detroit. Yeah.
they bust the Vikings ass. That shit was like 27-9 or some shit.
Philly played Detroit. We
No.
played.
No, no.
Detroit. No.
Detroit played Redskins
Yeah,
because
Detroit.
Detroit got the higher seed.
Yeah, the higher seed always plays the lower seed. Like they don't. It's not like the NBA and shit. Like whoever advanced to the next round with the lower seed gonna play the higher seed no matter what.
Detroit's very good, man. We got a quarterback though, so anything's possible.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, what, like, y'all think you think he a year wonder, or you think he gonna be on some? You think he gonna be elite?
You better get in the weight room.
You know what? I don't know because I mean I've seen a lot of highlights, so I haven't watched the whole game. But I just looking at his demeanor and the way he is, man. He's on the right track, man. He's not your typical rookie quarterback. What like he better than like I think he's the best one to come out and
this class
since Mahomes, man. Because if you look at like all the other ones that came out since Mahomes came out, like they don't. The game seems slow to him.
Yeah.
Well, he did play 5 years though in college. 5 years.
Yeah, this nigga like 23 or 24.
Yeah, I think Mahomes played 5 years too. I don't know. Maybe he did.
Nah, Mahomes was like 21 when he came out.
Yeah, he played 3 years.
Yeah,
But
he
there was
played.
a reason why Jaden Daniel had
He
the COVID
sat.
year,
That's
so
his
he was
year.
allowed. Yeah, he was allowed to do that. That's why.
That's the COVID shit.
Yeah, but okay, but Mahomes, the game seems slow. Like you notice, like when they rush Mahomes, it's like he don't even
He's
come
never,
out
he,
there.
No,
He don't
Mahomes
even
first
he don't
season he
like.
sat out.
Oh,
yeah,
He
but
his
sat
he
first
out his
can't.
season,
first
yeah.
season.
But even when Mahomes scramble, it's not like he's sprinting.
Yep.
It's like he just running just fast enough to stay in front of the lineman. And he's still looking downfield. And this guy does the same thing. He don't just pull a Michael Vick where it's like,
Yeah, one read, one and run. The typical nigga
yeah,
shit. Like
yeah.
you look at your first read. If it ain't there, you just take off running. And shit.
Right. And a lot of sons they get one read plays. Like the play is one
Yeah,
read.
right.
Because they know
Because
they
the coach
know they
knows,
can't read.
right? The coach see you in practice every day. He like, oh shit, this nigga can't read defenses. Let's simplify the fuck out this playbook for this nigga, man. So I don't
Yeah.
get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
give
And
him.
you know it's racist to not like play black quarterbacks and shit.
right. Yeah, so I think this guy like how the game looks slow to him. That's encouraging, man. That's very and then the fact that like the plays he makes. Like one thing about Mahomes, this happened last year. My buddies called me and we was on the FaceTime three-way and shit. And they was like, yo, we about to gamble on the game. They was like, who should I take? Kansas City or San Francisco? Because
Oh man,
they was high on San Francisco, right? And I was like, nah, take Kansas City. They
of
was
course.
like, okay. They was like, but how much? I said, look, I don't know what score
They gonna
gonna be.
win.
I know they gonna win.
They're
I said,
gonna win.
if San Francisco score 50 points, the Chiefs gonna score
Score
50
50.1, whatever the fuck it take.
right? And that's the same thing with the Redskins quarterback. Like this year, like he just, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what the game, like the starting a good or starting slow,
Yeah.
it don't matter. At the end of the game,
You know it's gonna have it. They're gonna have a chance to win.
And the thing about the Redskins is they do this. They go for it on fourth down. So that Detroit
Yeah.
shit ain't going. They do the same shit like Detroit. Like, yeah, we go for it on fourth down too.
Yeah. Detroit gonna be heartbroken if they lose though, because this is like last year was their year, if you ask me, but this year is definitely their year. Like when you talk about our year, this is Detroit's year. If they don't win it this year, oh my God, to come back from that, like it's almost like it's gonna be a letdown, man, because you're gonna have to go through all this again to to not get it done, because that's why you notice in the NFL they rarely have
Repeat champion.
No, I mean if you lose the Super Bowl, you rarely
Yeah,
Super Bowl
they rarely have in the NFL. It's not like in the NBA. It's regular for teams to like repeatedly go to the finals over and over again.
Yeah.
In the NFL, it's not like that at all. Like
Once you lose in the Super Bowl, man, it's like you're done. You're almost like your franchise goes into a rut because it's so hard to get there, man. God,
the only team that was different was the Patriots. Tom Brady. That nigga was in that shit
yeah,
Yeah,
like 10
Patriots and the
times.
Chiefs.
But
Yeah, Patriots and Chiefs.
that's like not normal though. I guess he kind of normalized it being there so many times, but before that, I think the most appearances a quarterback ever had was like John Elway. He had 5. He went 2 and 3.
but here's the thing though, like back then you could get back to the Super Bowl after losing it, but something like in the 2000s, like they started once you lost the Super Bowl, the loser never
The loser especially that never makes it back the next year. So
yeah.
the Buffalo Bills, they went 4 straight times, but that's not, that's an
They were real
aberration.
good though. They were very, very good. They were They were very good, dog. Like I remember them, man. They had like they would when they would play like in the regular season, you knew you was losing. You like if your team played them, you was like fuck. You thought they was cheating. That's how good they was because they had that no huddle offense and nobody else was doing that shit.
Yeah, yeah. What
It
they
was
call
like they
the
was
K
cheating.
gun? The K gun.
Yeah. It was like they was cheating, man. And then they get to the Super Bowl, and man, I mean, they wouldn't just lose, man.
Yeah, they got their ass whooped like a couple times. They lost a heartbreaker too, though.
Yeah, they would get destroyed. Denver too. They would go to Super Bowl and get
Yeah.
destroyed. It was like, yo, what happened? Like, how the hell did that happen? How did you play that well all season and then get like
And then get what was it like? One was like what? It was like either 52-10 or like it was like 42-10 or 52. One of them.
Yeah,
And that was that. I think it was Doug Williams that game.
Nah, we
Fucking
beat them 42-10.
yeah,
We 42
the first black quarterback won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Those was the days, man. Back when the NFC won the Super Bowl every year. That's how it was when I was coming up. Every year the NFC won it. They won 15 in a row.
Yep, they went on a long ass streak.
Yeah,
They went on a long ass streak.
and that happened to be the time when Dan Marino, because that's why Dan Marino, John Elway, Jim Kelly, none of them got no ring. The only time John Elway had to wait till later on when Terrell Davis.
Yeah, when he got TD.
Because the NFC was, I'm talking about all the toughest teams, the Bears, the Giants,
Niners.
Even though the Eagles didn't.
Giants. You said the Giants. Cowboys, right? The whole NFC East was good back then. They all won around that time.
Yeah, with all the tough teams. Yeah, that was the era of football that was I mean, nowadays, man, like yeah. You can't even it's not even the same game, man. It's a different game.
All the quarterbacks are in the AFC now. All good quarterbacks are in the AFC, so that's why
the thing
the
about
ship
it
has
is
changed.
the NFC didn't they had one good quarterback, one great, Joe Montana, but Phil Simms was he was all right. Doug Williams was I mean, Doug Williams was not like that, man. Doug Williams had that one good
Doug
quarter.
did have one good year, though. He did have that one good year with Tampa.
No, at Tampa he was decent, but what I'm saying is like he wasn't like no crazy great. He wasn't no great quarterback. He wasn't no Hall of Fame quarterback. He was just all right. Doug was all right. The quarterback in the NFC at that time was Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, then he won like an MVP in the 80s, I think.
Well, he finished second 3 times.
Okay. And he was good on the Vikings too.
Yeah. But it wasn't quarterbacks. It was
the team. They had great team.
Yeah, it wasn't the only team that had a great quarterback was Montana. And Montana was, man, I thought Montana was better than Brady till maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Maybe like when he beat Atlanta.
28-3.
Yeah, that was when I probably gave him the nod.
Damn.
Montana was great, man.
If Mahomes repeat, where you put him at all the time?
Mahomes is closer to Montana than he is Brady, the way they play.
You think if he 3P, where you put him at? You put him over Montana or
man,
what?
He ain't 3Ping, man. He ain't gonna 3P.
Yeah, it's so hard to 3P in this league, man, because attrition, that you lose so many free agents. It's a reason you don't 3P. The free agents, everybody gets better to chase you. You become the team that teams build for. So the Ravens got Derrick Henry to run the ball because they know that they got that for the Chiefs because they know they're gonna have to,
They know Lamar is not gonna throw them niggas to a win, bro.
Why do you think Buffalo plays different now? Buffalo plays different with Cook.
Yeah, everybody's chasing you, and it's hard to win 3. The only team, no team ever won 3. So it's like
the Packers won 3 straight. They won 2 Super Bowls and they won one before they named it the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that ain't no Super Bowl, but
in the Super Bowl era, nobody did it.
But yeah,
the Patriots, The Patriots won three times. One, lost one, and one win. And like I think it was what 2016 to 18.
Yeah, a dynasty is like the dynasty in football is like when you win like 3 and 4 years or 3 and 5 years. It's like you know what I'm saying? So and I don't even think that was a dynasty, the Patriots in the 2000s, but 2010s. I think the first one was a dynasty.
Yeah.
2000s.
They won. So the Patriots won 3 from what? It was 14, 16,
they lost
and 18.
18. Yep.
They beat Atlanta, they lost to Philly, and then they beat the Rams.
Yep.
And then yeah.
That was 5 years though. That was 3 and 5. They didn't win any back to back though. To me, it's kind of weaker if you can't defend your championship. To me, it's like a weaker kind of dynasty. It's like the Spurs, like they never defended their championships. So,
right. The Spurs, man, yeah, that's the Spurs was very good too, man. They were very good.
Like the Lakers is like you went 3 straight, bro. You can't. That's like dominance to me, bro.
Yeah,
like, that's as strong as a dynasty can get, bro. You defended your title twice.
I was watching some of that 2004 final today too, like when Detroit beat them. Detroit, man, I remember when Detroit beat them, man. That shit was crazy because it was like they beat Kobe and Shaq. They kind of like shut. They kind of shut. They ended the Laker dynasty because after that, Shaq went to Miami.
Yeah, it was over. They lost. The problem was Kobe, bro. They would have won if Kobe played good. He played like ass, bro.
Nah, but I seen
Detroit was better. Detroit was better that year.
Detroit was played against them. They played. You can't play the defense no more. Like that defense they played against.
Yeah, their defense was like all historically great.
Yeah, you can't. They like triple teamed them basically. Like he would have had to been a better pass if Kobe had court awareness, court sense. But Kobe was he wasn't a great passer. Kobe would have had to been a great court vision to because they and everybody underrate how good of a defender Tayshaun Prince was and how good of a team defense they had. But yeah, man, let me see what's up with Philly crime, man.
Yeah, that game bored. Hey man, fuck them nigga sports. If you ever been talking about lacrosse or some shit, they been like, oh, let's go.
Yeah, man, hit the super chat. Take the $5 challenge. We ain't had a super chat in 2 hours, man. We ain't had a donation in 2 hours, and they talking about let's go, man. What the hell you talking about, man? We ain't had a donation in 2 hours, man. We got new guy in the building. What's up, new guy? How's it going, man?
You know, same old. Looks like there's not much going on, which is unusual.
Here we go. Let's see this. This is what we're talking about.
Violent crime is down across the country and especially here in Philadelphia. You probably saw this headline in the Inquirer saying that homicides in Philadelphia reached a 9-year low last month. The crime decline in Philadelphia is the sharpest decrease.
Wow, they only had 10 murders in a month. That's insane, man.
Yeah, that pace is what 120 in a year. That would be fucking like wild.
Yeah, that'd be like
that would be yeah. Oh my god, yo, Philly would be we would start getting cooked if we only had 120 in the whole year. They're like, man, y'all niggas ain't on shit. They be talking about us like how they talk about New York.
Oh shit, yeah. Damn.
Niggas ain't on shit.
Damn.
That's safe ass city.
Oh man.
Man, only 10 of them. Oh. Damn.
Compared to other big cities across the country. So we have Philadelphia Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel here to
Yo,
break
she
it
got
down
the
and to talk
big
about
ass
this
look.
and,
Yo, I
and
love her
why
look,
we might be
dog.
seeing this.
Good morning. Good morning. Always good to hear.
Thank you for being here. So first, what is your reaction to that? 'Cause I think a lot of times people talk about the violence,
I
and we
just
know there's a lot that needs to be
wanted to
done.
give me the
But
Glock
to hear
Glock
that it's down
3000.
41%, what was your reaction when you take a look at the numbers?
Well, I've been tracking the numbers even before I came back to the department, and when I was here, even in 2015, we were just really excited. It's about, I told people the mayor set a tone at the beginning of the administration that safety and being safe city was.
I remember I did that press conference. I was like, man, she talking a lot of shit. She talked a lot of shit in her original press conference.
Yeah, salute the big mama Sherelle, man.
It's going to be important, and we take that charge very seriously, and we're working diligently as a police department. I'm so proud of the men and women of the Philadelphia Police Department. They stayed
Salute to
resilient
you, Black King.
despite some of the issues
Salute.
that have
This
happened over
Black
the years.
excellence right
And
here.
we'll continue to focus our work in those key areas.
And this is a trend, down
Proud to be
41%
black
from
right
last
now.
year, down 19% from the previous year. We're talking about 2023 right there, 341 homicides. And then
And
looking
that's a
back
lot.
to 2022, down about 2% as well. So this is a trend that we've seen over a course of several years.
Yeah, I mean, there was a trend. I mean, clearly, having
What's the
565
2024
homicides,
one?
it was way, so we knew there were going to be a trend going back. But at the same time, our focus upon my arrival and even happening before I came is really focus on those core areas of the city that have the significant level of violence, be very strategic, use the data, and work in partnership with our federal partners and in the community as well to be able to address this effort effectively.
Because it seems like there has to be a collaborative effort. I mean, you think about too, we saw an uptick back when COVID was happening. Folks were out of school and out of work and home, and courts were closed. So I'm sure all those were factors. But when you think about, we're still dealing with a police officer shortage. So have you guys had to be targeted then when it comes to how we're handling, especially those neighborhoods that you're mentioning?
Niggas ain't in school, they gotta
I come
shoot
back
people.
understanding that yes, we're down a significant number of officers this time. But at the same token, we have to be, which means we have to even be more strategic, using the data to drive where we put our men and women each and every day, but also working in collaboration with others to be able to be able to build a larger force to be able to address those issues that we see. And
That's
we
probably
believe we're in the
Kensington.
right track.
Yeah.
As I shared earlier, this good
God
1 year is
damn.
not going to immediately take away some of the issues that folks still see and the perceptions that we have out there. But
it's been a couple of years, though. I mean, like Thomas was
Yeah.
mentioning, it's been over the past 3. I mean, we're showing Kensington there. I mean, specifically, I'm assuming that Kensington, yes, is one of those areas that's been a targeted focus. And even in Kensington, if we have the numbers for that, homicides are down 45% there, and then 70% compared to 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yo, God damn. Them niggas going in. Yo, I'm proud to be black right now, dog. Oh wow, bro. Yo, this black excellence right here. Yo, salute the big mama Sherelle again, man.
Salute to Big Larry in the building, man. Shout out.
Yeah, salute the Larry too, man. Yo, he threw all them drill rappers in prison, dog. Yo, he threw every private drill rapper fucking went to jail or they out the city now, dog. This shit crazy.
Yeah, that's what drives a lot of the crime because drill rapping attracts the killer. The killers that are already killing and already doing their thing, the drill rappers want them in their crew. So or their crew, somebody from their crew start rapping. So it's like once you get rid of the rappers, like Boosie said, he said 90% of the homicides in Baton Rouge is surrounding around rap.
That's wild.
Was like I'm sure he's overestimating. I'm sure it's probably
Yeah, he got some niggas. He can't. Niggas can't count and shit. So
yeah, they can't. Yeah, but I mean, I still think.
yeah, we know we get the sentiment though. It's a lot. Contributes a lot. Yo, they threw Leaf in jail. They threw Bucks in jail. They got
Bucks. I heard his name a lot. His name ring. He like the worst one, right?
He go crazy with the dissing. Yeah, dog. He was beefing with YBC dude. Now, and that nigga out the paint now, so it's like, damn. When he come out, like, what's going like? That was his top op, bro. Like, what's gonna happen now?
YBC dude was Bucks top up. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah,
definitely whacked him. They the ones who whacked him.
no, it was some. They said it was some niggas from up. There was some niggas from out like fucking. They said it was like some uptown niggas or some northeast niggas, bro. That's what fuck that nigga name Confidential said. It was them niggas them M24 niggas, bro. That's what he said. That was the young boys or some shit like that, bro. That's what that's what I heard.
Yeah, they played
Yeah,
the
I'm
track
lost with these
the
new
other day.
rappers.
The group was called Fast Break.
Shit.
Yeah, when they hit somebody up, they said they it was a layup or a duck or some shit. And if it was
Jesus
just an
Christ.
attempt, they said yeah, it went in and out. I was like,
My
damn,
God. Yo, this
yo,
is fucking
yo,
treacherous.
niggas make killer sound like only niggas could do shit like that, bro. Like you wouldn't even, like they desensitize it so much. You like, all right, whatever, dog.
Damn. Yeah, that shit crazy. We savages, man. We straight up.
Yeah. Mystic in the back, but yeah, Fast Break. Yeah.
I'm still listening to the old school rap, man. I can't deal with that shit.
Yeah, old school raps are my favorite. Jay-Z, my goat, man. But I listen to the new shit too.
Jay-Z,
Nah, I
Jay-Z
understand.
was
All of that Kensington shit is on SEPTA now.
on train.
Yo,
Wow.
I had to take the train today to go somewhere. Yo, I'm coming back, right? I'm on the first car, where the operator is now this shit was crazy. You had one motherfucker, excuse me, I'm all because it had me pissed off. One dude on there smoking crack. Then you had two women on there shooting up all at the same time on the first car. I
Damn.
mean, it was insane. I mean, they sitting there, they cooking a little shit up to shoot up, and man, it was just I was like, yo,
Yo, on the
this is
fucking
crazy.
on the
On the
bus,
first
yo, these
car.
niggas crazy. Wait, it was on the train. It was on the L.
On the L, yeah.
Yo, what the fuck, man? Yo, these niggas don't got no pics, bro. God damn.
So they just moved the crime from the street into the underground.
Yeah, they on public transportation now.
Yo, imagine shooting up on SEPTA, bro. God damn, you don't care, dog.
I get the 13th Street to catch the trolley, the free interchange.
Yeah.
The trolley take you down, take you to University City, Southwest, all of that. So I get to there to get on the free interchange. I mean, they all sprawled out, all on the floor, just all passed out.
Damn.
I mean, it's insane.
Yo,
I
ain't gonna lie, bro. Yo, they need housing for these niggas, bro. You know how they was trying to roast Biden crack pipes, bro. I'm cool with that shit, bro. As long as they keep that shit over there, I'm cool with some Biden crack pipes, bro.
Yeah, I mean, literally on the car. I mean, there's people on there, children on there. They didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, because of that, they could get the Congo treatment. Fuck that.
Look, man. Y'all trying, get them niggas out the paint, but I'm just saying that I don't think they're gonna let that happen, bro. We got sympathy for fiends in America, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, Running
I
Man.
know.
You know what I mean? Running Man. Remember the movie Running Man? Put them niggas on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
Set up a
That's a
television
great
show.
movie.
You know what I'm saying? Set up a television show. Place your bets. Let them do their
Oh
thing.
man, that's good money right there. And I'm a degenerate better.
Yeah,
Some Squid Game shit, bro.
Yeah, that movie was ahead of its time, man.
For real.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, when it comes to like that, Kensington is a black eye on the city. Like you kind of like the fact that it looked like that, like 1,000 fiends just nodding off. I think everybody going down there making videos. A lot of people made a lot of money on YouTube just going down there recording.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
So it's not like that anymore at all.
To an extent, it's not as bad as it used to be. But
Yeah.
all of the people they all on something now. Like I'm talking about, this was like first thing in the morning, bro. When I went down, I had to go down. Had to go out Spring Garden. I had to run and take and drop some paperwork off to this studio down there. So I'm headed down there, and first thing in the morning, people going to work and everything.
Yeah,
You
that's
see
when it's busy.
it's just crazy. It's crazy, man.
Damn, yeah, bro.
And you don't see
And
no
you
federal
tell
police.
and you telling me these people are not even begging for money? They're just doing drugs right there in the middle of the
Yeah,
train.
out in the open on the train. Yo,
That's crazy.
I'm gonna try to next time I'll make a run. I'm gonna try to catch some video, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
send it
please
to
do.
I'm gonna send it to Ock just so y'all can get
Yeah, bro, that'd be
the
fire.
real of it. You know what I'm saying? It's insane.
Bro, we don't need that shit on Scepter, bro. Like,
The shooting up on the
Yeah,
train
for real.
is very toxic to this because they're like needles. They'll leave their needles in the seats.
right.
Like just
Yeah.
Niggas don't care.
And smoking crack. Like, yo, come on now.
You got little
And they just,
kids and shit.
yeah, and they just blowing
pick
this
up
shit.
pick up a needle. Like I got a daughter. She pick up shit off the ground when we were taking walks and shit. You like, man, put that shit down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man, that shit crazy, man. They just put it on the train. They gotta do. Here's the thing, though. They gotta do something about that. So then, if they kick them off the train, they're gonna go back. Like it's. That's
Bro,
man.
I'm telling you, we gotta just find a nice building. Just make it like don't call it a crack house or just call it it's the fun house or something like that, bro. Y'all all just come here, all the fiends just hang out, just give them free crack pipes so they can get the fuck out the street, bro. This shit is,
With fiends,
who gonna run it though?
Drug dealers. You need drug dealers.
oh yeah, damn. Yeah, damn.
Drug dealers gonna be like
Yeah, they gonna turn that shit to the goddamn wherever that shit at. They gonna turn that shit to the worst.
Right. Just thinking
Drug
about
dealers
the
don't clean
environment
up after
around them.
themselves. Yeah, they don't clean up after themselves.
Damn. Look, I'm trying to think of something, bro.
There's no solution.
Yeah, it's really not.
Yeah, man. Any final thoughts, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, salute to you once again. Salute to everybody that participated in the panel and in the chat. Glad that we starting off 2025 right, getting the crime down. Getting the fiends off the street. I don't like that they're on Scepter either, but at least they off the street. And yeah, man, I hope these ends, I hope Satan has a special place in hell for these ends, bro. So they can have a unconsensual Diddy style, baby oil party. And they get down there, him and all his little helpers.
Jesus.
Respectfully. Have a good night, y'all.
Night.
Same black time, same black channel. Out of here. Peace.